Hello everybody, I think we are live now. Can you guys hear me? Is the audio okay? As I have also already written down in the description, today joining me is Robin Reiter, who has also a YouTube channel and interestingly lives in the same town as I do. We didn't know us before and got to know us through YouTube. So he is helping me out today a little bit. We are going to be building a laser today. This is actually more or less my first stream. He's also...
Yeah, mine also.
He's also newbie in streaming, so he might be helping me a little bit if the times get rough, and also helps me to, well, take a look at chat and try to answer the questions you guys are having.
Yeah, thank you, Stefan. Thanks for having me here. I'm very excited to, make this project today, especially in a live stream. It's the first time for me also, so yeah, we'll just see how it goes.
Yeah, I'm really happy that already so many of you have already joined. I see some familiar names, so thanks to everyone who has already been joining me like 3 hours ago when I made my test live stream. I'm still pretty nervous, to be honest, since standing in front of the camera is something else than just well, standing in front of the camera live is something else than just
working behind the scenes.
Working behind the scenes, reading your script and stuff like that. So yeah, we are going to give our bests, and we are hoping that you guys also find the thing interesting which we are doing today.
Yeah, and if you have any questions, or if you see something that we might miss or something like that, please leave a comment. We will be monitoring the chat window all the time. And yeah, we will do our best to answer your questions, or and that kind of stuff. So, great.
Yeah, hello to Belgium, hello to Scotland, and also to all of, well, our German mates who are joining us today. So I think we're gonna just dive right in. So as you have already read in the description, today we're gonna build a laser. And lasers are cool, lasers are colorful, lasers are dangerous. For this reason, I think this is gonna be a really, well, fun afternoon, fun night for us today.
Absolutely.
So what I have right here is an EleksMaker A3 Pro laser, which has a 5.5 watt laser diode, blue laser diode. Which is kind of interesting. I used to work with a smaller laser also from EleksMaker, which only has a 2.5 watt laser diode in it for quite a while, and I am now quite happy and quite interested to take a look at the bigger model, take a look how the high power laser diode performs in engraving stuff, in cutting stuff. But yeah, I think we are just starting now.
Yeah, and we have a couple of wooden plates that we use for, trying it out at the end of the assembly, if everything's going well. Yeah. We will see, we will find out, and yeah, let's begin.
Yeah. If you are noticing some technical difficulties, stream is skipping, or we have a delay in the microphone, please let us know. As I said, we are both newbies in streaming. I had my first one today, so things are kind of new for us. All right, so let's take a look at the package which I received. Some people might probably hate me for this now, but I received this laser from GearBest. I know lots of you guys don't really like them because if you order stuff from them, you don't receive it, you don't get any support and stuff like that. I totally find that okay, and if you have already taken a look at my other reviews of the CR10 or the Anet E10, you will see that I don't always say, okay, GearBest are the best, buy their products because I'm making tons of money with that. but still, I'm still kind of a small YouTube channel. These products cost as much as I earn from YouTube in like 2 months. So if they're saying, okay, take a look at our product, I'm quite happy to do that. And if they suck, I will tell you. So we will be trying to stay as unbiased as possible. And I hope you guys are okay with that.
Yeah, great. So how about starting with the unboxing of the machine?
Yeah.
I mean, a laser engraver is actually a really nice machine. You can use it for many different kinds. So I'm pretty excited about what this machine is going to turn out to be.
Well, also first unboxing for me. I actually don't really do much of that stuff, but yeah, standard box, standard foam packing. Let's open this one. I cut it open already like 2 days ago just to see. Can you put this down?
Yeah, sure.
The microphone is not blocked. I already opened this like 2 days ago, but just to check what they sent me, and in order that we do not start the stream, and I received something well, totally different than I expected.
Yeah, it could possibly be so, but yeah, looks like it's the right machine.
Yeah, so it just looks like more or less all of the Chinese machines. So, well, foam packing. We got our small packing lists with EleksMaker Pro. That's the wrong way around, with all the parts that should be on the inside. We have our aluminum extrusions right here. We have the stepper motors. We do have the power brick. We have some screws right here. On this side there is, I think, the mounting plate for the laser, some acrylic parts, and one box which contains probably the electronics.
Should we actually check if all parts are in the box, or do we just go ahead?
I think we'll just go ahead, and if something is missing, well, we're screwed, but yeah, I think that's too boring.
We will 3D print it if it's missing.
Yeah. I got a bunch of 3D printers behind, so we can do that. Okay, so what we have in here is the electronics board. This is also just more or less an Arduino Nano, 2 stepper motor drivers, and then some other circuitry for probably powering the laser. There are some wood pieces right here on the inside, and some cardboard pieces which we can use to, well, engrave some things to try it out. And then right here with the big red warning sign, we have the dangerous laser. Okay. And you should really pay attention if you work with lasers, because if you get them directly into the eye, you will get blinded, you will not heal and stuff like that. Laser pointers might just hurt a little bit if they are below below 1 milliwatt, but this one is actually 5.5 watts, so 5,500 times the power that a normal laser pointer has. But it will give us the possibility to really engrave parts, to really cut wood, and to do some pretty interesting things with that.
Yeah, but lucky enough, they also provided a safety goggles for one person, but luckily we have a second one.
Yeah.
But you know what, actually, do you think this is going to prevent, if you take a direct look at the laser beam, do you think this is going to prevent damage to your eyes? I wouldn't rely on that, actually.
Well, I think since I actually own 3 of these similar laser goggles, I might just, as soon as this thing runs, give it a try and then laser on one of these goggles and see what's happening. If they just melt, if really nothing goes through, or if they are worthless. But I have to say, from my experience working with a 2.2 watt machine, they do work in terms that if the laser is on, the blue laser, you do not see the laser with wearing those goggles. If you don't wear them, you are able to see the laser beam pretty good. So they do something, but they are probably not as good as professional laser goggles. And it might also be maybe an interesting thing to invest in some proper safety goggles if you plan to just use it more often.
Do you actually know what this machine retails for?
I think this one, oh, I need to check, but this machine I think is probably around 350 bucks. But the thing which makes that machine expensive is the laser, because you can get it with lower energy lasers. So changing from the 2.5 watt to the 5.5 watt costs around like 100 to 150 bucks more. The really low power machines are, well, pretty inexpensive. They retail around 100 to 150 bucks. It is a nice machine. I did already do, well, pretty nice thing with the other machine, but as I said, I'm really interested to see what the bigger one and the one with more energy is able to do. All right, so
Great.
I will crack this package right here open.
Do we have some sort of, user manual how to assemble this thing?
We will see that, but otherwise we need to check online if we find something.
Yeah.
Okay, so this right here is the laser module. Maybe we're gonna switch to that camera right here once.
Shall we, cut the cardboard?
Yeah, probably you're gonna cut the cardboard. And if you guys know what I'm talking about, the most dangerous tool in every shop.
Yeah. No safety goggles will help you cut your fingers.
And never cut towards yourself.
I can do the other side.
Seconds. Well.
Okay. That didn't work, actually. I did. Okay.
Yeah, so I think
Great.
this is
So
probably...
yeah, like the mouse said in the chat, it's actually pretty funny that they sent a some cardboard to test the laser, while the whole box is made of cardboard. So that's
Well,
actually pretty funny. Yeah.
It's thinner cardboard, and I think the size of those specimens, they are in the size of like business cards or
Oh yeah, you
something
can
like that.
Yeah.
You might be using that as a business card. So this right here is the laser module.
Yeah. This one.
Yeah. So let's switch the camera and see. Yeah, there we go, and make this one big again. So this right here is the laser module, and this looks actually pretty beefy. So you have a huge aluminum heatsink around it. You even got a fan right here on the top, a pretty big one, and then the electronics, which is probably powering the whole thing. And if I compare that to the other one, so the 2.2 watt laser, just give me a second.
Yeah, so we do have some beefy electronics around here. I think this is a buck converter or constant current power supply. But as I see this, you can see the fan is actually blowing the air right through the aluminum extrusion. And I think if you don't, fix your specimen onto your plate, it's gonna just blow away if you make some business cards.
Yeah,
I think you have to be aware of that.
Can you switch to the overhead camera? Okay, so this is my old 2.2 watt machine with the laser right here, and this is the beefy 5.5 watt. So you see that they're not only exchanging the laser diode, they are really exchanging everything. So that's already a good sign. I'm really looking forward to trying it out. Can you just take it for a sec? Okay, we will put it back into the packing.
Are you putting that over there, or?
I just put it back in there.
Yeah.
So one thing which is still concerning us is that there is not really a user manual in here. There are some loose screws flying around, like this one. But no user manual.
Are you actually sure that this box is empty? Oh yeah.
Yeah, just
okay.
some cables right here on the inside. Okay, we will, I think, put that away and see if we can find a manual online. So, as I said, this machine is from, well, right here, EleksMaker or EleksMaker, and I think they provide some manuals on their web page.
Oh, no, it's spelled incorrectly.
So we will find if we can.
I'll just go ahead and, is it this side here?
Yep.
Is this the manufacturer?
Yeah. Let's open that up.
Or maybe I can try to find something while you unbox the rest of the stuff.
Yeah. So you find the manual.
Yeah. So I'll just
and
switch back to the.
I think I will be well, getting the stuff out of the box. All right. So hi there. As I said, please let us know if something is strange with sound or something like that, so that we can fix that.
We have a question here. 3D Gössner is asking, do you know how much watts are allowed in Europe or Germany for that kind of laser? Do you know that?
I'm not 100% sure, but I think if you're 18, you can only get these class 1 lasers, which are, I think, below 1 milliwatt. All the bigger ones, you need to have some special certification to actually buy them. But as it just is always with China, if they ship you the stuff and it doesn't get, well, caught somewhere, you usually get the stuff. And there is really one reason behind that, because this thing is really dangerous. So always wear safety equipment. But if you pay attention, it's gonna be fine. So I'm also thinking about maybe creating a box where I can put everything on the inside, because there's lots of smoke and dust, which is created when you laser stuff. But yeah, that's actually something for the future. So Robin has found something, and
is it the A3X or A3
no, it's
Pro?
A3 Pro.
So thanks for the URL, Steve. He actually provided the wiki dot.
Oh shit.
Oh, where is it?
Ah, damn it.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I closed it.
You closed it?
Wait a second.
We'll find it. E3 Pro. There it is.
Perfect.
Okay.
So let's switch back to this window right here.
So this is the assembly manual. We have 2 kinds of wheels. Okay, that's interesting.
We have 2 kinds of
a random delivery. Okay. Yeah.
So we don't know which are the good ones and which are the bad ones.
Yeah.
But I think what we need to start is peeling away all of the protective covering, which is around, wait a second.
Is that heat shrunk actually?
No, that's just cling wrap.
Oh.
Okay, as you can see nothing. Wait a second. Ah.
What happened? Okay.
I think we should be back again.
Yeah, okay, it's alright.
Okay.
It's alright.
Yeah, I have an HDMI switch connected to my 2 cameras, and this seems to be causing some troubles. So these right here are also laser cut acrylic parts, which still have the protective cover on the outside. So I think the first thing we're gonna do is, well, take them out of their cling wrap and then peel away this nasty paper. And that's actually a good thing that we are 2, because I think this could otherwise take quite some time.
Sure about that.
Wait a second. well, yeah, let's use this. All right. So there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a fun exercise actually. But I think, you know, if you... Oh, this is gonna be
nasty. I have actually seen some guys leaving the paper on until they have assembled everything, so that they do not scratch the acrylic. But yeah, so you're gonna use this as a tool, and if it gets scratched,
yeah, but if you screw them in place, the screws are actually, you know, holding the protective cover in place.
so you won't be able to get rid of everything. It is actually not as bad as I thought. So you can see, you can usually peel away everything just as one big piece. Yeah, nice. Well, it leaves some residues, so well, but still, it actually looks pretty nice on the outside. So we just throw everything.
Is that the trash can?
Well, I actually missed the trash can, but the office currently looks like trash because I reordered everything that we can do the live stream today. So tomorrow morning gonna be a cleanup day for myself. And since you won't be here, yeah, don't mind littering.
Yeah, so actually, should be the screws, we need the screws. But I think I saw they have a sorted box with all the screws in their separate kind of containers. I think we're gonna find them pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's ordered pretty well. So I have already assembled the small one myself like a year ago. And I don't really remember that it was bad or it took like ages. There are some jobs like peeling away that stuff which are kind of unnecessary, but still the rest is gonna be fine. I'm quite interested to see if they made any improvements above the other one which I have. There were some things like tightening the belts where was just horrible, but yeah, we're gonna see, and I'm going to tell you how that worked out. So how's chat doing?
Lol the mouse.
Lol the mouse. Yeah, as I've already said, so this is, well, for me and also I think for Robin, the first real live stream that we're doing, and now sitting in front of a camera in my office, and like already over 100 people are watching.
I mean, that's pretty awesome actually.
That's really awesome, but it still makes me kind of nervous.
Yeah, well, thank you guys for tuning in. I mean, it's actually so much more fun to see that, you know, that some guys are watching, because we are actually literally talking to the wall right here. So yeah.
And well, it's really cool that you guys care, and you guys probably find interesting what we're making. We try to entertain you as much as we can. Please excuse our maybe not always perfect English, but we're just German folks. But we are doing our best to keep you guys entertained, and yeah. So Robin, actually, he's also doing some 3D printing on his channel, but he also did some pretty nice hacking stuff, which were already featured like more than once on Hackaday. Maybe tell them something about that.
Yeah, well,
so they can check out your channel.
I'm actually mainly focusing on, you know, electronics, and I do have a 3D printer. Actually, I do have 2 3D printers, but I'm, you know, more using them in a, how do you call that? The more, you know, mechanical engineering way. I'm not, you know, making the material tests and all that stuff. I'm just using the 3D printer to, you know, for example, build enclosures for some projects that include Arduino boards or displays or stuff like that. So I'm actually not using my printer in like every single video, just when I do a project that, you know, involves some enclosure or something like that. But yeah, like I said before, I'm mainly focusing on the electronics part of making stuff. Like, for example, I have built, or I have hacked. I have a sit and standing desk from IKEA, which you can actually drive up and down via a small console. You have some linear actuators that, you know, move the table. And I thought it would be pretty nice if you had some sort of memory button, which you can program in your preferred standing height or preferred sitting height, and they didn't have it. So I reverse engineered the electronics and, you know, put my own Arduino in there and 3D printed a new console with some memory buttons. And that was pretty nice, actually. I had a lot of fun making that project. But I also got featured on Hackaday, and that was pretty, you know, it was a pretty good feeling, actually, that it appeared on the official Hackaday blog, and it's, yeah, that was kind of new for me. So I had a lot of fun making that project. Okay, so are we actually done right here?
I think we're actually done peeling away all that stuff.
When I can finish this part, because
it's the IKEA table. So 3D Gassner is asking if the IKEA table is called Bekannt.
Yes, IKEA Bekannt. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, really check that out. That's a really cool video that he made about that that table. And actually, IKEA should probably put that in their real table because it really improves it.
Yeah, but I think they have electronics in there that would technically be capable of doing that. But I think they have some kind of, not warranties, some safety issue with that, because you can actually push the button and the table will drive and maybe, you know, cause any injuries or knock something over or something like that. And the IKEA Bekannt desk, as it is, it's just kind of, you have to press and hold the button, and yeah, the longer you press the button, the farther it goes up, so it will stop immediately if you let the button go. Mine actually does not do that, but I don't think you can market it like that, because I think it's a safety concern. But anyway, let's get back to the laser engraver. I like this box, actually.
Yeah, the box is really nice. Sorry for the noise. Sorry for you headphones users out there.
Oh yeah, it's actually red, so
we're peeking out. Yeah, and even more and more guys and girls are joining in. Probably the 2% of girls, which I usually have watching on my channel. All right, so there should be at least 2 or 3 right here. So hello. All right, so what we have right here, let's put it, you can see it a little bit better. So what is delivered with the laser engraver is this really nice box right here, where all of the things you need are ordered. So long screws, some spacers right here, some T-nuts, T-slot nuts for the aluminum extrusions, the rollers, and actually some tools which I probably won't use because they usually suck.
Yeah, most of the time.
But I think we're gonna get right in and take a look what we need to do in the next step. So let's take a look at the manual. All right, so we finished peeling off the paper, but I think we probably need to identify which part is needed at first.
Oh, I hope they didn't have any sort of, you know, ID on the...
No, I think there wasn't any. There we go.
Yeah, so...
I think it's one of these. It's translucent, so you can't see it. So this is the part we need, and I think at first we need to start...
I think we actually don't need that part. He's just telling us that we have to unwrap all the... You know. I think the next step is getting the M3 lock nut and M3 times 14 screws, 6 pieces each.
Yeah, these are actually the tensioners for the belts. And since it was already so nice, they are again with this beautiful paper topping. So it's more...
Shall I do that while you look for the screws?
Yeah, you can do that, and then I can join you in when I found the screws. I will just get some calipers.
So I think that it did a pretty good job with this box here, but it would be even better if they just, you know, they stuck this paper on every single part. They could actually just label the, you know, with just some sort of mini sticker or something. Because otherwise, without calipers, how would you do that?
Okay, we need M3 lock nuts. So they look like this. take a look at these.
That was loud. Do we have the mic? Is it too loud actually? Because I can see sometimes it's going into the
peaking,
red.
I think.
Should I just put it down a bit?
Well, yeah.
Like this? Please tell us if it's better now, or if if you cannot hear us anymore. But I think it's okay.
Sorry guys. Yeah, Prusa's packing is actually pretty good. They order everything for each step. They have this really nice wiki. But well, this is the thing with China products. They are cheap, but well, you're paying a price for that. And this is well, more tedious and assembly. So
yeah, but the Prusa comes with gummies too. That's right.
The Prusa comes with gummies. Yeah, I actually whoa. Wait a second. I still have some. Well, nah. I'm gonna save that for the next stream. So these are the M3 by 14 nuts. We are needing 6 of these.
Yeah, 6 each.
That is strange. Yeah, these are 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You might 6. Reuse that box for your nozzles or something later.
Yeah.
It should be empty after this project.
Well, it should be empty, but as I remember it from the last time, I think there were some parts left, and usually that is worrying, but I guess they just, well, have standard boxes for maybe more than one of these laser engravers. So for this reason, it might be okay that you still miss some parts. Okay.
So I'm done.
You are done. We have the lock nuts, which are in here. And there are, I think, even spares inside. So 6 lock nuts, 6 screws, and the next step is going to be to screw them into these, like these small tensioners for the belt later. Okay. I'm gonna get some proper tools.
We need some tools. So these are actually symmetrical. They don't have a front and a back side, I guess.
Yeah, they are, but just the holes are different.
Yeah.
Well, damn it, that's a 2.5 millimeter.
2.5?
2.5 millimeter tool, which I don't have with my beautiful Vera tools. So we're gonna use something different.
Yeah, I can use one of the stock tools they just shipped.
Yeah, so we might be a little bit faster that way.
Yeah.
This is fine.
This is not the right one.
So there are some
I'll just take a look at the chat from time to time in case we miss
CNC
anything.
Kitchen?
Yeah.
Why CNC Kitchen? That's actually a pretty interesting question. So when I first started this channel, well, let's put it another way. I really like to cook. I really like to eat, even though one would not guess that I eat very much. So the thing is, I tried, or I thought I could also make some, well, interesting cooking videos right here on the channel. And I do actually have a second channel which only has 1 video on it, and there is some vegetarian bolognese recipe on that. But since nobody really liked to watch that video, and I noticed that making videos takes you quite a lot of time, I had to reduce it in the end to, well, only making engineering videos, but the name CNC Kitchen still stuck. But a small spoiler, what I am planning, it's at least kitchen related. I have a nice pumpkin downstairs, and I want to use my CNC mill to mill something out of that pumpkin as a Halloween special. So I don't know if I can do it, if I have the time for that, but well, be excited for that. And well, pumpkin, that's food, that's more or less kitchen. So it's
Yeah, sure. Why not combine both worlds?
yeah. And if you think about, so there is one old video where I made a really nice cutting board or a stake board where I actually use my CNC mill and my other laser. Yeah, so there are some kitchen related videos on the channel, but well, they did not get the views, so I tried something different, which maybe more people liked. So yeah, still the name stuck, and I still like to eat a lot, and I still like to cook. But I think at the moment no more cooking videos.
So did you actually give the stake board? Was it a giveaway?
It was actually a giveaway, and I made myself another one. So for my 1,000 subscribers special, for my 1,000 subscribers special, I gave away one of these beautiful cutting boards to a guy, no, actually to two guys out of the US. And very unfortunate, I put a lot of effort in making these, and I shipped the boards to them, but I did not really ever get an answer saying, okay, hey, cool, I got your stuff. Yeah, well, what can you do about that?
Maybe he made a video about that and we just didn't see it.
So 3D Gassner is saying that I should wait until around 30. I do look kind of young, but actually 1 month ago I turned 30. So yeah, I look much younger than I am. All right, so we finished these. Enough talking at the moment. So the screws are inside. Let's take a look at the next step.
So
stepper motors.
Stepper motors. So the one thing is it it's not clear if you are, are they all the same, right? We have the same pulleys and the same, because they often do not provide any instructions for, like in this image right here, they do not say we just need this part, or do you have to unwrap all the parts. They just don't tell you actually. I mean, it's not hard to figure that out, but yeah, it's a website. They could have easily, written some text, because these are just images only. There's no text besides the screws that you need, but yeah, no further instructions.
So Joachim is asking, how expensive the tool is. There is actually a link in the video's description, and I think it's around $350 for the laser with more power. But if you get the one which has a little less power, which also works really well for engraving, that is less expensive. I think you get it around $200 for the 2.5 watt machine. Anything lower is it's more or less a toy, so you wouldn't have much fun with that.
Should we actually switch the camera to get this picture? Because I think the people saw the.
I think
that's better, right? How far do you put that in? Like flush with the.
Yeah, I think we're gonna adjust it properly at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, €335, so that's around $350. Maybe a little bit more. So stepper motors.
You want to do the last one?
Yeah. All right. So what do you guys think about making those live streams not as a single person, but like two people together? Would you prefer, if just one is talking and answering your questions, or do you maybe also enjoy hopefully some kind of entertaining conversations between us?
Yeah, well, I'm actually having a good time here, so.
Well, I'm also having a good time, so that's fine.
So, okay. I think we need the biggest parts here, the acrylic parts, and put 2 steppers on them. That's what I see in this. No, 4 pieces. 4 screws, sorry. But I think we have to make both.
Yeah, I think since they're symmetric for both sides, and we need
both of these. Yeah, these are the same parts, right?
So as most of the time, I think these ones right here are the 10mm screws. Let's take a look at them. Damn it. Yeah, there we go. These are the 10mm ones. They are used for holding the steppers in place. So just help yourself.
Yeah, so I assume this is like the connector is the connector is on this side or on this side? Because I think do you think it's a difference? You know, because of the cable length and all that stuff? It's not clear if on which side you have to put the JST connector.
Well, we at least know that it's not on one side. So.
Yeah.
I think, wait a second, how is the other one? I think, well, let's change the camera again. I think this side right here now is the lower part, and if I take a look at my other laser, the wires go like downwards. But maybe it's also possible to just take a look at one of the assembled machines and see how it looks like. That's always the thing with these crappy, well, Chinesium manuals. Sorry. A3 Pro.
I mean, we could easily, you know, change the direction the connector points on later on, but
yeah. So if I take a look at this image right here, it seems that it points downwards.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna stick to that right now.
So as far as I can tell, the holes actually line up pretty good. I mean, you know, you often get parts that, you know, don't fit as expected, but it seems like the pulley or the center of the stepper motor is actually in the center of the big hole, and the 4 screw holes, they just actually look pretty good.
Okay, we're gonna change it to this perspective again.
What screws did you take for?
These ones. These are the 10mm ones.
So I didn't pay attention. This direction, right? So the connector points like downwards.
Yeah, downwards.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the acrylic parts, they do look really nice and nothing was cracked. They do have lots of fingerprints on them at the moment. I think we should have actually used some Loctite. I am thinking about if we should get some Loctite and that the screws just don't rattle loose. Yeah, I think that this would be the proper way to go. Yeah,
okay.
They're not telling us to do that. Wait a second. So I'm gonna be back in a second because Loctite is down in the basement.
Yeah, so I'll just go ahead and take it the next step because yeah, I'm obviously not continuing on putting these steppers together. So I think he's assembling the roller bearings. So what screw is that? M5? That must be the big ones here, I think. M5 times, oh, you don't see it? I'm sorry. So I just went ahead and scrolled down to the next step because I can continue, you know, making this as long as Stefan is going to get the Loctite. Oh, he's back already.
I'm back here.
He's back already.
I have some Loctite and I think we're gonna use this for, well, just securing the screws a little better. I think we will probably not regret that in the end because if something is rattling loose, at first you don't really know what's happening and then you look and this is just stuff which can be really nasty. Yeah.
That's actually a bit too much.
A bit much.
Yeah. But I think it's just an air bubble. Oh, it isn't. Okay.
Okay. So what Robin was doing, which is probably also not the worst approach, he was directly filling Loctite into these holes so that you don't have to apply the Loctite on each of the screws separately.
Yeah, I'm just saving time because I can't remember who asked, but someone asked how long do we think this is going to take. I don't know.
So I was planning that this will not take, so the assembly process will not take less than more than 2 hours. But since we are already like 45 minutes in, yeah, I don't know. Well, we'll see.
Yeah, but we actually were talking about some stuff before we started, so
Yeah.
yeah.
It's gonna be fine. Maybe at some point we gonna start getting really hungry, since I did not have dinner yet, and I hoped that I will be getting dinner something like around 8 or 9 p.m. But yeah, we'll see.
I think it's not gonna take longer than 1 or 2 days, so
So you guys don't need to stay here that long. Alrighty, so
the bottle of Loctite says not use on acrylic. Okay.
does it?
Or was it a joke? Because I didn't see it. But yeah.
Well,
So we have to laser engrave these parts first before they break. So we have some replacement parts.
so I actually spilled some Loctite on the acrylic, and we will see if that ruins the whole part. But yeah, so we are doing that for you, so you don't have to make that mistake when you build your own.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be fine, but yeah. So what's the next step? We have to assemble the roller bearing things. So that's the M5 times 35 millimeter screw. I think that's should be this one. No, that's more than 35. Is it?
So these, damn it, can you see that? These are the so-called nylon columns. I think these are just spacers.
Yeah.
On the other side we have the rollers. So I think we need 4 of them. So that's 2 for you. Do you have Loctite on your fingers?
I don't think so, but I was just thinking about, someone asked what kind of wall plug do we have? Did they send the European wall plug, or do we have a US wall plug? Because if we have a US wall plug...
There is actually... No, there is a European wall plug included. And
yeah, it's just a standard connector. Yeah. You could actually bring your own cord. Okay, so we need these wheels. You already have them.
These are...
Do we have the right screws actually? Because 35 millimeters. This is longer than I thought.
35? Oh,
that's no, that's all right.
Sorry guys for the noise.
So,
2, 3, 4.
No, we don't have a ground. We have a floating laser diode. But I think that's alright. Because the power supply is actually enclosed, we do not have to, mount it somewhere or something. It's just the regular power brick. Yeah. And they very often come without any ground.
Yeah, since they, well, I'm not the electrician.
Yeah, well, I'm doing Arduino most of the time, so
not the dangerous.
We'll just put on the safety goggles after that, and it's gonna be fine.
It's gonna be fine.
Okay, next step. All right, screw them in place.
I think
that's what it looks like.
Do they tell? These are they are these lock nuts. Can you put it on 1?
On 1?
Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Main camera. So what we are using are these lock nuts right here, and they have this profile right here on under the head that they supposedly should not rattle loose. This is a locking feature, but I don't know if it's the most reliable one.
Do you think this is going to work good on acrylic?
Well, I think it's gonna be working quite good on acrylic because it's softer and it maybe just bites in a little bit more. But yeah, we will see. I think we still gonna use some Loctite on those. Okay, let's get back here and put them. Wait a second. maybe we can try it this way, that you can a little bit better see what we're doing. Okay, so we have...
Oh, this looks good actually.
Yeah, this looks quite good.
Okay, so which side? I think I can see the groove on here. I think this is the side pointing upwards,
Yeah.
or actually pointing downwards. So that's why the
Yeah.
roller things have to go
So
down here.
we have to really pay attention. Well, you guys don't see the manual.
Yeah. Shall we switch over?
Yeah.
I think, are we actually switching the camera too often, or is it, you know, is it comfortable to watch? Please let us know if you do something, you know, wrong here, and because, like I said before, it's new to us, so we have a lot of cameras, but if you switch them, I think if you switch them in the matter of a second, it's gonna be hard to watch. But because it's hard. We have the manual, we have the close-up camera, the overhead camera, you know, and the camera here in the back. It's pretty hard actually to get the right angle.
Yeah.
Because you are doing different stuff all the time.
And my office is not the biggest, so currently the room looks quite tidy, or quite full.
Yeah, I was watching your last live stream from home actually, before I saw how you rearranged all that stuff here, and it looked pretty big actually. But yeah, but I think it's enough to build this machine.
Yeah, well, it's like a, I think 12 square or 10 square meters room.
You're putting Loctite on there as well?
Yeah, I also put some Loctite on there, even though they don't say it, but I think it's better. I think it's better if we put some Loctite on them. I don't know. They do not say that we shall tighten the nuts, but I guess it would be.
Well, I think
we need to pay attention. So I think somebody was already mentioning in the chat that we need to pay attention that we don't shatter the glass. So I just more or less do this hand tight. So sorry for the noise. That's just me being nervous. That looks fine now. Yet.
so. With all this Loctite in place, if we do something wrong while we are assembling this machine, we simply buy a new one, or?
Well, I think this is the type of Loctite.
Oh, that's a bit too much.
You always take generous amounts of Loctite.
Yeah, that's a bit too much.
Well,
Always when you look, it's too much. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm still happy that still 100 of you guys are watching us do that. So we didn't scare off too many so far.
Yeah, but we should be almost ready. We only have left like 250 screws and 1500 parts, but you know, that's gonna take 10 minutes. How fast are you actually?
Okay. I think we should have. No, we shouldn't have. So what we are going to do is we will now be assembling the, well, I think this is the Y-axis carrier on one of the aluminum extrusions. And let's change it back to this camera.
Tight enough or not? So they actually ship the Allen keys, but no, no. How do you call that? Not a wrench,
Pliers.
but
yeah.
I mean, it's just you have to know. I think everybody who's ordering this machine has at least some kind of shop or tools to manage that. But yeah.
So the thing now is, if we take a look at the manual, they just say, okay, we shall put it on one of these aluminum extrusions. But they do not say on which of them. So we actually we actually have 1, 2, and 3 of this aluminum extrusions. I think since we made 2, we should be using the shorter ones. But yeah, that's again something which is, well.
Yeah, but I think it's clear because this looks like the higher profile.
Well,
these ones were pretty narrow, right? Oh no, they look the same.
They're actually the same. But if you guys are wondering, these are not the cheap normal extrusions. So now this is broke. I need to turn on the camera first. These right here are the nice V-slot extrusions. So they are the right ones for running the rollers in them. So that's already a plus. Okay.
Yeah, look pretty decent actually. Let's put some Loctite on them.
And they actually do also have a film of, well, protective plastic on them, which does have lots of, well, shavings, aluminum shavings on them. I don't know if they put it on that after sawing, but I think, yeah, that's not the nicest. That makes quite a mess in here.
Seems like they put them on and then cut them to length.
Yeah.
There's the trash can actually. We missed it. Okay.
Well, that's actually the trash can for my 3D printed parts.
Are you planning on recycling them one day, or?
Well, yeah. So since I mix stuff up, I think I will not be able to recycle them. But I was always thinking. So in Germany we have a recycling system. It's called der gelbe Sack. So that's a
yellow bag.
A big yellow bag where you put your plastic waste inside. And I am not sure if you should also put 3D printed stuff in there. It's also plastic, but I do not know if that belongs there. So if you guys know if this is the right place to put it, please let us know. Otherwise, I'll just throw it in the normal trash.
Because actually, how would you recycle that if you have 100,000 kinds of materials in there? How would you actually? You cannot just shred it and extrude something else out of it.
I'm quite sure that also the yellow bags just get collected and get burned somewhere in a power plant, and I don't really know. I think it's just a cheap way for them to get really high energy waste, which they can then actually burn in their power plant and then sell the power back to us.
So just some short things about the bearings. Actually, they seem to be pretty decent because I actually ordered a couple of bearings the last weeks from China, and they were mixed. I had good ones, I had bad ones, but these ones seem pretty decent. They don't have too much play. Actually, they don't have any play.
Yeah.
And it seems like there's no residue or something in there on the rolling surfaces. So that's actually a great plus point, because this is going to increase or not make your finished parts look bad, because the bearing's actually pretty good. Okay, shall we assemble them?
Yeah, so next thing, as we have seen in the manual, put them on the extrusions and then see if they slide smoothly. Okay, so everyone can make one of them.
PLA in the compost. Actually, I think it is biodegradable is the correct word, right?
Yeah.
But I think you only get this under certain circumstances. You cannot just throw it into the woods and 2 weeks later it's gonna grow a tree or something. You have to apply some chemicals, if I got that right.
No, I think you don't have to apply some chemicals, but damn it, where's my screw? Sorry.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I think PLA is not really compostable, or most of the PLAs are not really compostable in your standard household compost. Only in really the commercial composting plants. But that is actually something which I want to check out for quite a while. So here in Germany we will, or at least I have 1 week off as autumn holidays, and I need to work on my compost at home, and maybe I will throw in some 3D printed parts. Yeah, PVA is compostable. You can also drink it or eat it. You just poop it out as it is. It's
You can extrude them.
You can extrude it.
So did you apply Loctite to that?
Nah, I was too lazy.
You were too lazy. Okay, so I'll just skip that step.
Yeah. So the thing is, in a proper design, there should actually be something which is nicely pre-tensioning these rollers right here on the extrusion. just because if this thing is rattling loose just a teeny tiny bit, you will get play in the extrusions, and that is not nice. So something with a spring or something like that would probably be the better way to go.
Yeah, because at this point in time, it actually feels pretty good. If you can see that, if I push this extrusion in here, it has like a millimeter or something where it just spreads out the roller bearings. So it is sitting good on that rail. But if this is, do you think this is gonna be like this in 4 weeks? I think that's gonna.
I don't know. We will find out. So I will be playing with this thing around, and if you guys are interested, I will show you some things. So there's actually one project which I have planned. I really want to make some nice wooden business cards for myself, and I hope that I can do this on this new laser. Let's change the view a little. There we go. So I did now only tighten this by hand, but this is pretty decent.
It feels solid.
There is, well, more or less no play at all in there. It runs very smooth. I just put it next to the mic. You can almost, well, hear nothing. So
yeah, I'm
nice.
pretty impressed with the quality of this.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
It's also very quiet. Wow. Yeah, I mean that's
beautiful.
That's good.
No, I don't actually know the EleksMaker Pro metal. What is that? Yeah, it has the plotting capabilities. Yeah, I know that. There's just more or less a pen on the end where you can do some nice drawings. But you can also do this with this machine right here. Just add a small 3D printed mount and put a pencil inside, and then you're also able to draw something. But you might need to add an additional servo that the pen is lifted while you don't want to draw. Okay, I think we are all set, so this is pretty nice.
I actually do see a bug in our assembly, because this one is the pulley is pretty, you know.
Yeah, but
you cannot open up the screws anymore, right? Because of the, it's behind the acrylic. Can you? Oh, you can get in there.
Yeah,
that's right. That's all right.
We will find out. Otherwise, we have to start from the beginning again.
So let's continue.
What's chat?
So is this the result? I think, yeah, looks like.
So
now he's spacing out the.
Yeah. So the mouse was asking how much it costs. So it's 335 euros. That's around 350 bucks for the 5.5 watt laser. And yeah, you can find a link down in the video's description. This is an affiliate link. I have to tell you that, but yeah, so I need to, well, you can also buy it from Banggood. You can buy it from GearBest. You can, I think, also buy it from eBay. But if you pay the proper shipping fees, they usually do arrive also from China. Don't usually take the cheapest shipping options for more expensive parts, because they will end up somewhere where they are not, where you can't find them anymore, and customs is just like bitching around much more and stuff like that. So I made the experience, pay 10 or 20 bucks more for shipping, and you are really better off in the end.
Okay. Shall we continue?
Yeah, we will continue.
I think he is spacing out the pulleys right here in this step to match the surface of the bearings. I think this is the step.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So what we will be doing is switch the camera. There we go. So the belts will later be running in the groove where also the rollers are. So we need to get the how do you say, pulley out just a little bit, that it's at the right position.
The belt is running inside of the groove?
Yeah, it's running inside of the groove.
It is?
Yeah, it's...
Or you have to line up. Do they have any inserts? Because if you take a look at the extrusion from here, you can actually, can you see that? No. You can see that. They have this sharp edge right here. I think if you don't line it up perfectly, it's gonna, you know, attach in here. It's gonna...
so the tensioning thing will sit in here, so the pulley will not go all the way out of here. So I think that's gonna be fine.
I don't mean that. I just meant if the belt is inside of this groove here, it has to come up onto the pulley. It's gonna get stuck on this, you know, inside of this edge.
It will run on these rollers right here. So I think that's going to be fine. We will just.
Okay. I misunderstood that. I think that's fine.
Yeah. It's a quite well. We will see. The design works if you don't have really big forces, which the belt needs to take, and since you are not really moving a
you're just moving the engraver.
You're moving the engraver. You don't have any cutting forces or something like that. I think it's going to be fine. But what I don't really like is, damn it, let's make the other camera big so you can see it now. This pulley right here is quite far away out, cantilevered. That's not good for the bearings, and I think that's also not good for the pulley itself, because if we take a look in here, you are able to see that the bolts are just grabbing in the furthest end of this hole right here.
Yeah, that was my concern also. But if you take a look from above, I think it's gonna be alright. But it is pretty close, so you have to get it lined up pretty good. Oh, sorry.
It's alright, guys.
So, okay, next step.
So these are the T-nuts.
Oh yeah.
I think this is something we should probably do together, because if we take a look at the next step down here, we will then insert the belts and then tension the belts. And if we do that together, this might actually be the easiest thing to do. So I put mine away, and we will start with yours. Okay, so let's get the overhead camera. I will see if I can find the pulleys.
So we do need two of them, one on this side and one here.
Pulleys.
What direction is it pointing up?
Well, it's actually not pulleys, it's one big pulley, which we, I think, need to cut in length in the end.
Yeah, it's actually
two lengths. So.
Just the belt.
Yeah. So...
Shouldn't we first prepare one side? Do you think it's gonna be easier at the end?
We have to put the belt through one of these holes. Let's do it this way. Right, guys, maybe wait a second. I have a better view on what we are doing if I turn on the camera properly. Yeah, so there we go. Okay, we maybe... There we go.
That's good. So okay, I'll just try to grab it, maybe...
I think...
Okay, I got it.
Yeah, perfect. Okay.
Good.
So now you see how the belt is running. It's running in the... it's running in the slot. Then it runs over one of these rollers or under one of these rollers. Then attaches to the pulley right here, goes back under one of these rollers, and then in the end it will be just held by one of these brackets.
Yeah, so actually the touching surface of the pulley is not too great on the belt, but I think, as said before, it's not, you know, having so much load. I think that's going to be fine.
Thanks, Steve, for the info. We will pay attention when we tighten the end stops. So I think we're gonna grab one of these.
We need one of these right here. He's just inserting it. I don't know. Is it?
Yeah, it's
one. The desktop is one, right? No.
Yeah,
two.
No, it's three.
Three. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
No.
F. There we go.
F3, okay. But where's... Oh, I closed it?
No, you didn't close it. Wait a second.
Oh, I just switched the tab. Okay, because he's just, you know, inserting this part and then preparing the pulley. It has to go underneath the... I think underneath the groove.
Yeah.
Alright, so one of these. And it's actually pointing
this
downwards.
Way. Wait a second. So we're gonna put it that way. I think that the end of the bolt is kind of rubbing against the belt, that it holds better in place. So we insert it. And then we just tighten it down, I think with one of these.
I'm not entirely sure how...
No, these are too short.
So this is actually clamping down the belt between this T-nut and the acrylic part, right?
Yeah.
Or how is it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, looks
I
like
think
that.
that's working. Okay, so we have it this way. I don't know how much spare belt we have, so I'm gonna pay attention a little bit. So I have it now under this bolt right here through the slot, and then I'm just tightening it down on this side right here. And I will pay attention that I don't crack the part. I think that's fine. Okay.
So Steve, do you have the exact same machine? I think so, because he said it took about 2 hours, right? I think it was Steve. All right. So are we actually tensioning the belt in this step? Let me go to the next F3, right? Yes. Okay. So yeah, I think this is how it is looking, and yeah, then we have to do the other side. He already has a belt cut to size, but
yeah.
I just think we install it and then cut it, right?
Yeah, I think that might be saving us some trouble. Okay. Okay, so we put this through here. Let's put the T-nut back in place. Let's get one of these bolts. And then
I can have. I think this is. We do have. Yeah, we do have.
I think so. What I will be doing, I will holding that bracket. Can you pull on that pulley, and then I will tighten it back here.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait.
All right. Okay. And how does it feel?
Yeah, feels all right.
Is it slipping when you move the axes? No.
No, it feels pretty decent.
All right. Looks good. It's very quiet. Didn't expect that.
And we will just cut that to length. Leave a little bit extra if you want to retighten it. All right.
Good.
Taking a look at the belts. So these are not just rubber belts. A second. Focus. You can see the small dots right here in the back. So these belts right here are reinforced with either glass fiber or well, strains of metal. So that's also a good thing. It will reduce the amount of slop you will have.
Yeah.
So also plus for that.
Did you actually take a look at the surface of the belt? Is it,
well,
like missing teeth or something like that?
No, it looks.
Don't think so.
It looks quite decent. It looks just as I know how belts should look like. Yeah.
Looks good. So, shall I put that apart or aside, and then not apart but aside?
Don't put it apart again.
Yeah, no. We have Loctite. We cannot even put it apart. I'll just put it over there.
Yeah, just.
Or are we finished?
No. Yeah, I think we're finished with that side.
Okay. So let me grab the second piece.
No, we won't hit it with a hammer. Even though I got this thing for free, it's still valuable for, well, myself.
Maybe afterwards, if it refuses to run,
if it refuses to work, we will hit it with a hammer. Okay. Just. Damn it.
Wrong way around.
So we will now just do the same thing with the belt on the other side. Okay,
Yeah.
can you take that?
Yes.
And just pull it through. Do you have it? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we again take one of these bolts right here, and we need also one of these T-nuts. Sorry for the noise. Yeah, it's probably a death ray. To be honest, I was already shooting my old laser once just outside the window at night. And this looks quite interesting. It reminds me of Star Wars, like the death ray from the Death Star.
CNC death ray.
CNC death ray. Yeah, but you shouldn't do that. So, especially near airports, it can get you in lots of trouble. And even though at some 100 meters, if you hit somebody in the eye, they will not like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure about that. I wouldn't like it either.
Let's chat doing.
Software, yeah. We didn't actually take a look at the main PCB, but we will do it in a short. I think we are almost done with the mechanical assembly. I think that's the main. Oh no, we have
No,
the.
that's just one axis yet.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it the same way again. Can you tighten the belts? Wait a second. Just need to.
Oh,
yeah,
you have
this
to.
way. Yeah.
All right. Can I pull?
Pull. Yeah. There we go. Okay, you can leave it. Let it go. Yeah.
Feels good, actually.
Let's cut it back to length. And there we go.
Great.
Second side assembled. Let's see what we need to do. Yeah, just put it in the back.
Yeah.
Okay, so we already have these. Then it's up to the third motor, and we already
Did that.
did that.
So do we have to put it apart again and do it, or
Nah.
do it all over again?
Nah. But what we are going to do is to add the stepper motor back to this bracket right here. And if we take a look at this picture, now we can at least see on which side the JST connector goes.
Yes.
So that's a plus, but still the manual kind of sucks. Let's do it with Robin's method. I will be a little bit more.
I just hope, because there are some servo motors where the holes actually. Oh no, they.
No.
Yeah. But there are some with open holes, and then you Loctite your,
Your rotor.
Yeah.
Now we don't want to do that. So 3 bolts. Do you actually? What's the difference between a screw and a bolt? I was always wondering when I should use which term.
That's a good question, actually.
Is it depending on the size, or is it depending on? I don't know. Damn it. Yeah, Steve. I actually, so on my other one, I reflashed Gerbil on it just because I wanted to use some features that were not available stock, and I'm quite interested to see. So on the other one, you were able to remove the Arduino, and below the Arduino there was a jumper for selecting if you are running Gerbil or if you're running, well, a new version of Gerbil or an old version of Gerbil. Because the new version of Gerbil enables you to use features like pulse width modulation for running the laser, so you can more or less vary the power of the laser.
So a bolt can have a nut and a screw cannot. Actually, that's one of the explanations.
Okay, so
a screw is more or less to like drill into wood and just have the screw in there, and a bolt would be something with a nut on the other end.
Thanks for the info.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, next step. Can you?
Yeah, sure.
So we made this.
Okay, we did this step. Now we need the blue aluminum extrusion or aluminum,
Aluminum.
whatever. I think it's the same.
I don't know how the ratio of Americans to Brits are at the moment, but they're usually like 3-1. So we should probably rather say aluminum than aluminium. But it's actually kind of weird or kind of strange for us Germans, because in German aluminum is aluminium. So yeah, you know what I mean.
Who actually invented two words for one thing?
Well, I think the developments, or like the American language developed was quite interesting, because you have influences of German and whatever in there. So yeah, there was probably someone who started saying aluminum instead of aluminium. I don't know, either he didn't know it any better or something else.
Oh, we closed.
We closed something? No.
I think we closed it. Where is it? Oops. Recovered. So we are here in step number, no idea. Yeah, here. There it is. Okay, great.
So we did this.
So we can actually continue screwing down or bolting down the acrylic piece onto that.
Well, we will not use bolt. Yeah. So we have this part right here, and we need to put it in the back like this. Okay. Yeah, for the guys who have joined new to the stream, sorry if technique and stuff like that is not 100% perfect, but for both of us it's our first live stream, so I hope you appreciate that and don't hate us for not being perfect right now. We will give our best maybe for the next stream to be better.
Yeah, I think we are enjoying the build right here. I thought it's, you know, I was pretty nervous at the beginning, but it's getting better. It's not gone, but it's getting better. But I think it's going well. Yeah. I don't know.
And we actually still didn't start to drink a beer, because that usually makes your tongue be much more relaxed and help you talk English much more fluently.
Yeah, but it stops at some point.
Well, you should probably stop after. Well, for me, like half a beer. I don't know how your beer tolerance is, but yeah.
Yeah, so thank you, Aaron and Tony. It's good to hear, you know, that it's not too bad what we are doing here. So thank you. It's actually pretty nice to hear that.
Yeah, Rocket 3D, thanks. Enjoy a beer for us as well. I think we only want, we will get one after the stream, but lasers and alcohol don't go well together.
Yeah, probably not. Okay, so we did put on the nylon columns. Now again, the 4-roller. Are they actually roller? No, how is it called? Actually, this is also a pulley, right?
This is a roller.
Just a roller.
Roller?
I thought someone said pulley to that. Also, I don't know.
Well,
and then
another spacer. Let's see if.
Oops.
Oh, sorry. Why is that happening to me? Damn it.
We can actually Control-Shift-C to bring it up? No? I thought.
I am not so used. Well, wait a second.
There is a shortcut for restoring a closed
history.
A closed tab.
Control-Shift-T. So now we know it for the next time. Yeah, so there we go. Okay.
So we need another 4 nylon columns here, spacers, according to the next step. And then screw on the plate with the stepper motor.
So still like almost 100 people still watching us doing that. We highly appreciate that you, well, take your time watching us assemble this laser engraver. All right.
So then, how are we actually turning this guy around without losing every screw?
I think we don't have
We don't
to.
have to.
Yeah.
I don't. We
the
cannot,
other way around?
We cannot put the nuts in place because the screws are too short. See that?
Yeah.
Do we have the right? Let me switch the cameras. Okay. We have to turn. Let me take this one out again.
Yeah. Okay. So this is, well, a little bit hard.
That's a bit
to
tricky.
do.
Yeah.
Tricky. Find it?
First, yeah. Okay.
There you go. There
Do you
are
have it?
the nuts. We will probably add some
Yes.
glue right here just to be safe. I don't know if we are ruining all of the acrylic parts with the Loctite, but yeah, I think it's gonna be fine. I think I also used Loctite for the other one.
2 Germans and a laser. Nothing bad will happen here. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
We will pay attention. At least we're both engineers, and hopefully we know what we're doing. Okay, so we have assembled the X-axis carrier which has this blue mounting plate right here on one side and the stepper motor on the other side. I will now just tighten the bolts a little bit.
So,
And
yeah.
Robin will see if he can take a look what the next step is.
Yeah, we have to insert the extrusion profile.
Probably I don't tighten them down all the way, because then we
Yes, I think so.
are still able to adjust the pretension a little bit. Let's switch the camera. Guys, we are still here. Yeah, there we go. Let's make this big. So this is how the assembly looks like at the moment. We have another aluminum extrusion right here. I will just peel off and enjoy peeling off this protective cover. Like, oh.
That's just always a good thing.
That's always a good thing.
Like a chicken winner, winner chicken dinner in PUBG. That's also a good thing.
Yeah, there we go. This feels pretty tight at the moment. I don't know.
Oh yeah, it is very tight.
Okay, I will loosen the other screws right here. Maybe we...
Yeah, so actually, do you think they, if they didn't put holes in there but slots, do you think that's gonna improve something? Because it's gonna get loose over time, but it definitely would be better to, get it perfect.
Yeah, I think it would be easier, but I think the best thing to do is would be using either eccentric nuts, but they're also not very good for pretensioning something, or to use a proper pretension system with a bolt or with a spring or something like that. What about too much EV block? I think, yeah, well, Dave's a cool guy, so there were some times where I when I was watching EEV blog like binge watching or something like that. So this is now assembled. It feels a little tight, and you notice that it's sometimes a little rough. I think there might be some
dirt on the rail.
on the rail. We'll check that.
Yeah, I think this is something you, of course, have to do, like once a month maybe, just to clean the rails.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I think the laser beam, this is a pretty important step actually. If you have dirt on there, you're gonna get fuzzy, laser engravings.
But wait a second. But for all the guys who don't know, that's actually the same system like the y-axis of the CR10 is held into place. So you also have this aluminum extrusion, the wide one, and then you have 6 rollers below the bed, which look totally the same, and yeah, That's
so
how it's done.
Steve is saying that this is not dirt, it's because the wheels are deforming. So could also be, but it's just on one spot actually.
Yeah, but well, I think it's okay. I think it's fine. I think we're gonna leave it that way. All right.
Next step would be, okay, we assembled. It is, can I scroll here? No.
Well, you can.
Oh, this is Windows. I have to get the window in focus. Okay, now I know that. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, we have to line up the pulley, and then do the same stuff again with the belt.
Yep. So I think you actually have a set of, well, a tool set from iFixit, but I didn't really hear that much good things about the iFixit set, so I purchased this one a while ago from Amazon, which comes also in a box with lots of bits, and I really enjoy this. This thing works really well. The tools are nice.
I have something similar. It's just, I think I'm always searching for the right. I don't like the, you know, how they organize the bits, because you can put them back in this thing everywhere. You have to take care when you put it back that you find them later on.
Yeah.
But Rocket 3D says it looks too tight. I also think it looks a bit tight, and it is a bit tight, but we cannot actually do something because these are just holes.
Well,
there's nothing we
can give it another try and maybe just.
Yeah, but do you think loosening?
Can you tighten them?
Yes.
Tighten them. Okay. Yeah. And then right here the second one. Well,
is it better?
Yeah, it looks fine. So the stepper motor. The stepper motor should not have an issue moving that. I think that's going to be fine. Otherwise, we will know that in the end. All right, next thing. So this is done. They actually, I didn't see that before, but they have their own branded stepper motors. So that's at least one step. They already spent the money and time on branding these stepper motors. Okay, next thing we need to do is we need to put the pulley back in again.
Yeah, that's the same thing that we did before. The other axes, that's the exact same step. So
okay, so
just insert the. Oops.
Well, we're gonna start that way. This goes. Can we? Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
What is that? 4? No, 1.
That's
okay.
1.
Yeah.
That's the main camera. Yeah, we still need to get used to all of the keys. This is the right direction. Okay, can you hold this? I'll get it.
You could have also, you know.
Yeah, I know that this was coming. Well, just give me a second. We need 2 more bolts. If I want to review the TiVo Tarantula, well, I don't know if it's really worth reviewing, because so many guys have already done that. So many guys have already got that printer from GearBest, and I don't really like to make the standard reviews. That's too boring for me, I think, and there are too many people out there who, well, do it better or do it as their standard content. I really try.
Oh, that's gonna be tough, right?
That's gonna be tough. But
okay.
I get it. But so if I get a 3D printer, I try to mod it like so the CR10, which I have at the moment, where some of you might have already seen that. I want to use it the proper way. So the CR10 is quite a big printer. So with the print volume of 300 by 300, yeah, I probably should take a look there. So it has a pretty big print volume, and with the standard configuration, it just takes ages to print big parts. And so I have other printers which can do the fine detailed stuff. And if I want to use the big one, I usually just want to use it fast and not wait like 3 days until my print is finished. So I was trying out if you can just simply add a bigger nozzle to the hot end. That was not perfectly working. So now I added a volcano hot end to it, and I might, or I will be adding an E3D Titan Arrow extruder to it soon, because then I think it's finally in a position where it prints nicely, where I can print fast and stuff like that. And this is the thing which I want to show you guys, because 3D printing for me is more like just printing fidget spinners. Well, you can do it, but if you use 3D printing as an engineer, you can do really amazing things with that.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that,
that?
that's one thing that many people don't actually think about. If you are, an interest in 3D printing and you buy a 3D printer, you can have a good time downloading stuff on Thingiverse, your smartphone, casings and all that stuff. But I personally think the real fun starts or begins when you learn or know CAD software, so you can build your own stuff. I think that's the interesting thing about 3D printing.
Yeah, definitely. And it's a totally cool tool for also younger engineers who were not able before to really generate or really go from the virtual world, so from CAD or from Blender or whatever, to the real world, and now they have a tool to do that, and it has been becoming really affordable over the last years, and that's so cool. Do you find something?
Yeah, I'm just wondering do you think this is, it's just held in place. Can I show that?
Wait a second.
The belt is only the belt tensioner actually. Here is only
you can go
grabbing the belt with that screw, if I'm correct, and it is not even touching the inner side. It's touching the other side. Do you think this is gonna hold your belt tension like forever, or?
So what I have been noticing
it's
with
not actually
with my other
focus.
one. Focus you.
Yes. No. So this is the only screw that is pushing down on the belt and actually pushing the belt onto the extrusion profile, and this is actually clamping the belt in place. So if you adjust the tension of the belt, do you think this is gonna last forever? I'm not sure. We'll see.
Thanks for mentioning that we should put the knife away, because we don't want to end in the emergency room tonight. So I start getting hungry, and emergency room might take a while.
I had dinner, so
yeah, I did not have dinner, so yeah.
Okay, so let's take the next step, right?
Yeah.
This is F3. Yes.
F3.
Okay. So we did this. We also tightened this up, and now we need another 2 T-nuts in the next profile.
Yeah.
Do you have profiles left?
Yep, I still have 2 profiles left. Can you switch the camera to the main camera?
Yes.
Yeah, one thing which is bothering me a little is that this thing is totally full of shavings, and they are now all over my workplace, and that kind of sucks. But yeah, they just sawed these profiles and then put them into the package. No cleaning whatsoever. But yeah,
they just could have put on the plastic cover after sewing, but I think it's just the manufacturing process.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier if you put it on before and then cut it to length.
Yeah. Okay, they are both the same length, so it shouldn't really matter which one we are using right now. Okay, perfect. So I will be back in a second. I think you can. I will be back in a second.
So let me continue. I mean, this is a pretty easy step. We are just, let me put on the big screen. We are actually just putting on these 2 acrylic profiles onto the rail. I'm not sure if this is a stand or if this is kind of carrying the upper axis. I'm not sure right now, but I'm just installing these two T-nuts right here. So where are they actually? Oh, here. So far I think this assembly is actually pretty easy. I mean, we thought the instructions were a bit flimsy because they only showed some pictures, but I mean, most of the steps are just self-explanatory. You cannot do anything wrong. But these are looking pretty similar here. Just have to make sure that we take the right profile. No, they are actually the same, but what did I do wrong? Where are these? I cannot find the right acrylic.
I
These
think
two?
they just have a different design.
Yeah, but you know, it's
So these are
totally different, actually. Did we miss something?
No, we did not. Maybe let's check out how that should go together. So we at the moment have the problem that these acrylic pieces which we have, well,
Yeah, it's hard to see, right? This is not the right hockey.
well, it was, but
Yeah.
these ones are,
Can I put, yeah.
yeah. So these ones, they look different than on the picture. Can you
Where is
open the manual again?
Shift Control T, right?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. But I think these have to be these ones. There
Yeah.
are four. I think they just included some sort of stand where you.
Yeah, they are the
You know.
stand, but we need to see how we add the other axes. So, okay. So we need to... these ones.
Because they have 4 holes, we only have 3. Because you have to put 2 screws into the profile itself and 2 screws into the T-nut. Because otherwise this is not gonna, you know.
I think we...
Yeah, something like this. But, oh, you know what? I think, no. This just doesn't look right.
This kind of sucks. Well, wait a second. I will see, because these are the feet.
Yeah, the shape doesn't matter, but we only have 3 screws. This is gonna be
Can you go through the manual again and see if they're, well, further down, if we need those feet right here as well?
Actually not.
So...
Nope. These must be the ones.
Well, there. These ones right here.
This is just reinforcing the.
Yeah,
I think.
that's for the end. So we will probably need to use them somehow. Wait, may I just use that for a second?
Sure.
So we will need to see how this gets together. So we will have these run.
Look here. That's the picture we need. This is how it should look. Look, he put the metal piece in there.
So
if you can we, you know.
Then we do it this way.
Look, this is the metal piece, which is reinforcing the structure. But how is it?
Well, I'm quite sure that we. Let's enable the other camera and turn the camera on before. Ooh, there we go. So I think this one should go on here that way. So I think either the manual is shit or I don't know. But yeah, we'll see. We'll just give it a try. I think we know how it should should look like in the end. So yeah, maybe let's go back to the manual.
This is clearly also the stand, right? I mean, according to this picture. This is the stand.
I think this goes like.
Yeah, look, here's another.
This goes like this.
Yeah,
there we go. Yeah.
Here's another picture. Yeah, that's alright. So he only put one screw in here, but he also has the angle bracket.
Yeah.
On the inner side.
Yeah, do they go on the upper side or on the lower side? I think that doesn't matter. How are these ones? Yeah, so yeah, I think that's fine.
Yeah, I also think that's fine. So let's do it according to this picture right here.
Yep.
Shall I hold something or?
Yeah, can you hold that? And I will go. Let's get the other camera back. All right. And the menu. Okay, we will need to fix. Well, we only need one T-slot.
So the stepper's on the outside, so this means we have to assemble it.
Yeah, I think like this way.
Yeah, I think this way.
Yeah, this is fine.
But this is something we could change as an afterthought.
Yeah. So do we need the 12 millimeter screws? So these ones are the 12 millimeter ones. Okay. Do we do that on, well, 8 pieces? I think we need to do this on both sides already. So this goes in here. Hang on. Do you see that on camera? Yeah, there we go. I think the 12 millimeter screws.
I think do you think it would be better if we don't make the second side on this rail, but on the second rail, so we can, you know, have a stand or something? Do you think that's gonna be better?
Always stick to the manual. Nah. Well, I think we'll. Well, if we have it like this, we just need to screw it right here in the back. I think that's gonna be fine. I think we do both of them. Not tightening it too much, because otherwise it does not get in. Damn it. There we go. Okay, so the second aluminum extrusion is right here. We also again need to peel away all of that stuff.
Let me just put the screwdrivers somewhere else.
Don't poke them into my screen.
As long as the camera continues running.
Yeah. Well, yeah, not Chinese manuals. You are totally right. Yeah. Well, at least they didn't write something in Chinglish.
Yeah.
So we
Or
only
Chinese.
need to follow the pictures.
But I do love the translations they often have on AliExpress or eBay, and they simply translate everything from Chinese literally. Oh, that's a hard word. Via Google Translate, and there sometimes they have really funny, you know, sentences building up on that.
If you have two with the same. Okay. Well, mein Kanal, where are you listening to us on in two tabs? Yeah, they use Google Translate.
They definitely do. Okay, so let's put this
in. So yeah, that you guys also see what we need to do next. We have these two.
But look here. Oh, you know what? I think we missed something, because he inserted two nuts in here. Now, it's not clear if you need 2 additional nuts on the inside. Yeah, I know, because you need them to put the electronics
the
side.
The electronics.
I think we have to unscrew one of them and insert 2 nuts. Because
and also the angles,
just no. I think that's not right, because I don't see him here. I'm just confused because we only need 1 screw and he inserted 2 nuts.
Well, we can always fix that later.
Yes. Let's do it later. So okay, we have to insert the.
Thanks, Manas. Yeah, you're right. Each corner with the angles. Yeah. definitely we need to insert more nuts, otherwise that's not gonna work out. Can you maybe check the manual if we need additional 2 nuts for mounting the electronics to one of these aluminum rails?
Yeah, sure. Sorry. It looks like.
Yeah. So we need another.
Yes.
2.
I think these are the 2 we saw above.
Okay.
But on which side? On which profile?
Well, it doesn't matter since they look the same.
Yeah, but is it? Yeah, it has to be on one of those.
Yeah, I think I will just add 4 additional nuts. Ah, no, they go on the other side. Damn it. Yeah, because the angles are in. So we're gonna use this one for the electronics, and the angles go on the inside, so that doesn't matter. So yeah, just don't overthink everything.
Yeah, but this was a bit tricky since we have different,
Yeah, since this doesn't really
acrylic shaped pieces here.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are ready for that. Next step, or
yeah, we have this.
yeah, we if we miss something, we'll find out later. So this must be the one nut for the angular bracket, or not?
But why does this go on the upper side?
Yeah, because
I don't really get
no.
that. Ah, that's for a foot, but we don't have any foots for ours.
Yeah, this must be the foot
This
here.
this right here
Yeah,
is the
I think
foot.
that's alright.
Okay, so that sorry.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, we do
fine.
not have a screen here. Okay, so yeah, let's put it together. Yeah, he just they swapped the foot with the extrusion, the profile, the acrylic profile that has the foot integrated.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's as good as a rubber foot, but we'll find out. We have a 3D printer and some rubber material. I'm sure about that.
Yeah, probably. So I added this on this side right here. Let's
Shall we
wait,
tighten them up?
Yeah, but I'm just thinking we still need the nuts right here in the back for the angles later because they go in here.
But we can insert them at any time because
Well, not at any time.
not in this profile, right?
Yeah.
You are right. Yes, that's right. I don't know, but there's actually no single step putting those brackets in.
Yeah, but I think we're gonna add them anyways.
Yeah, of course,
I
but
think the manual just sucks.
They missed it. Do we have the right? We have the A3 Pro, right? Not the A3X something.
No, that's the A3 Pro.
Okay.
The smaller one is the A5. Insert the angles now. Yeah, definitely. We will be doing that.
What are you searching for? Ah, here.
Wrench?
Yes.
Thanks. So let's tighten the first one. Can you maybe tighten the nut and I will just
of
put
course.
this together properly?
This one?
No, this one is already tight.
This one?
Yeah. Yeah, don't over tighten it. Yeah, perfect. Alright.
We forgot Loctite, but let's just skip that.
Yeah, let's skip that. So the feet, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I think we now just gonna put the whole square together.
Yeah, shall we insert? Oh, you did already. You inserted.
Yeah, one. Well, we need to add one more.
I'll just put it in on the lower rail.
So our desk is pretty small in here.
So we also need. You already put one in here. This is the one for this side. We also need one here, I think.
Yep.
Okay.
Maybe let's continue on this side.
This is the wrong axis.
This is the wrong axis. You are totally right.
We need this one. Right here.
Yeah.
The slippers are outside. That's correct, right?
Yep.
Or are we actually starting to fail right now? No.
I think if we would have
right.
done something completely wrong, you guys would have told us already.
Yeah, probably. Maybe we just didn't see it, but it still looks like the machine is properly building up, so...
Nobody was already screaming at us. Yeah, we are almost there.
Do you need this one?
Yeah, this looks a little bit tight. I'm really interested to see how this thing really performs and if all of the hardware, all of the electronics are working fine, if the laser is working. But I think we're gonna find out pretty soon. Can you tighten the screw again? And I just put this here. Did we add? Yeah, this one. Yeah, perfect. Okay, let's turn everything around. This already feels really sturdy. So there are some other, well, like CNCs.
We need to insert two, or did we?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we need to insert two right here.
So I think we did this the wrong way around, or is this for the electronics?
This is for the electronics, yeah.
But we need the two in here. We still have a couple of them left, but...
Yeah, they are just spares. You got two? Yeah.
Yes.
I need to grab the bolts. So I'm still really happy that 100 of you guys, whoa, we just reached 100 again, are still watching us. That's so cool.
We also reached 2 hours.
We also reached 2 hours and we are not finished yet.
Yeah, we are not finished yet.
It always takes longer as you expected in the first place. But yeah, I hope you guys are still enjoying what we're doing. We are giving our best. I am starting to get really, really hungry.
Oh yeah.
But I will be starving just for you guys.
I mean, you might probably don't need 2 hours to assemble this machine because we need, time to talk about stuff and get the camera settings and the camera angles and all that stuff.
Take this.
I think you can do it in...
Maybe fix these ones
Yes.
first. Yeah.
Do we have the angle yet?
Okay.
Perfect. Looks good.
Okay. So the manual now says that we shall add the x-axis right here, but we will not do that yet. We will add these, well, cast aluminum angles. Still, it actually feels really really solid.
It is actually pretty rugged at this point.
All right. Maybe let's start on your side.
So we have to fix the nut in between to,
Okay. They did really think.
Yeah, so can you see him?
Yep, I can. And if you guys are enjoying what we are doing, you are also able to support us via Patreon. I just started with a Patreon account because lots of you have been asking over the last couple of months. Robin also has a Patreon account for quite a while. And this just always helps us to stay motivated and maybe to take a little bit more time on, well, working on that stuff, because it really takes a long time to produce videos, at least for, well, somebody like me who is a non-native speaker. So I need to write my script, I need to, well, at first do the tests.
Oh look, we forgot one T-nut, but I see that this is not a problem actually, because we can shoot it through here.
Yeah.
Or do you see it? I don't see it. Yeah, well, I actually also, the good thing about Patreon, I started shooting vlogs about my projects. I have to admit that I didn't find the time in the last 1 or 2 months actually to make a video or make vlogs, but I'm back to the normal schedule right now because I'm actually working for clients. I am programming stuff like iOS apps and web servers and all that stuff, and I had just one project that took forever and I couldn't find any time to make videos, but I am finished with the project and I'm actually back to a normal schedule, and I also finished one video which I'm editing right now, and this will be online in a couple of days, I hope. And yeah, I'm also back to the normal vlogging
sorry guys for my hair.
Schedule, because I actually enjoy that. I enjoy making videos without taking too much time, you know, thinking about a script or something. I'm just standing in my workshop and yeah, just shooting out a video. And this is something I really enjoy. I started and I enjoyed it from the first vlog on, and I will definitely continue doing that. And this is one of the things that I exclusively do for my Patreons, just to show my appreciation and, you know, just to get in touch with the Patreons. So thank you for supporting me on Patreon. So how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I inserted the missing T-slot nut. I don't know if we missed it somewhere or I don't know where it went. The good thing is that there are plenty of spares in the kit.
Do you think they are spares, or do you think we forgot something?
I am quite sure
Because
that they are spares.
But we need. Is this the last angle bracket? Because we have the, you know, the next axis.
Yeah, but there we just need four nuts and then we are all set. Sorry, 4 bolts. Okay, let's put this in here.
My German is worse than my Chinese. Yeah. I think Chinese is, well, I cannot speak Chinese, but I think it's very heavy to learn that. I don't know, but I mean, people are saying that German is hard to learn too. So I don't know how hard it is to learn German because I grew up in Germany, so I have no idea.
So I'm still adding. Sorry guys, my hair. I really need to get a haircut soon, but yeah.
Oh, we can laser engrave.
Laser engrave
soon.
Yeah, we can do some laser tattoos later. So this is, come on. So we are, I think, almost set with the mechanical part. We need to do some, I think, just simple wiring because all of the wires are already at the right length and stuff like that. And so far it has been working quite well. Yet now at the end there were some issues with that the images from the manual did not really match. Did not really match what we had in our box, but otherwise it was, I think, okay. All right.
Looks
now,
like a CNC engraver to me. I don't know.
Well,
almost.
The laser is still missing. So we're gonna put this in here, but the question now is in which direction it shall point. Does the laser engraver point to the electronics? Can you check the manual?
Yes.
Or just one of the images which is online?
We have to. Oh yeah, you mean which one is the front, the back side?
Yeah, exactly. Because right here the electronics will go.
I am not actually. I'm not sure. Shall we take a look at one of the images?
Yeah. So there, it's going this way. Can you check another one just for cross reference? This is the same one. And there it's
pointing upwards actually here.
Yeah, but
I don't think it's a big deal where it is actually, because you know you need the wires, the length of the wires in both ways.
There it's also pointing in this direction. So this, yeah, I don't know if this is really critical. I don't think that it's really critical, but they just do not point that out properly in the manual. I think, yeah, let's just go with the manual and put it this way. Can you hold that for a second? Sure. Then I get the bolts. Okay, I will start with the damn it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
is it? Do we have? It is pointing downwards, right? It has to point downwards.
It has to.
Actually.
Does it?
Yeah. Let me check one image. It actually is pointing downwards. Yes. Also the stepper motor. So that's correct. We just have to. Correct. But I think we can assemble it. We can cut it later on.
Yeah.
But do we actually? I mean, I think this is gonna be a bit tough, because if these were pointing upwards, you could actually adjust the belt tension. and this is going to be a bit difficult at the end.
You are quite right about that. I don't know if that really does make a difference. Well, the stepper motor, the cable is pointing in another direction.
Yeah, but I mean, this is correct in terms, or according to the images. But actually, it would be a lot better if you could adjust the tension from above. But now it's, you know.
Yeah, that sucks.
So we have to get it right now before assembling.
Yep.
Actually, is it? You know.
I don't know if then the laser is at the right height, but
So
yeah.
I don't know if you could see that, but the problem we are actually having right now is, yeah, where are you pointing towards? So the belt tensioning clip is actually on the bottom side of the axis, and you cannot, you know, adjust the belt tension on that while this is in place. It would be way better if this would be upwards.
Yeah,
But
I think we just,
according to the manual and to the images, it is pointing downwards.
yeah. But well, the problem is that in order to get the stepper motor in the right direction, we would need to. Damn it, this is stuck.
How are we?
Just
What is stuck?
guys,
Oh,
give
the
me
camera is stuck.
Yeah, the camera is stuck. We will be back in a second and activate. There we go again.
Maybe it's also starving. The camera.
Maybe also the camera starting. So I think we will just maybe retension the belt once again, because this feels, yeah, this feels okay, but I think it could be better.
If you move it, it feels okay, like you say. But if I take a look, it doesn't seem like to.
Maybe,
Shall I?
I don't know if we can do this way. Can you pull on? You can also do it with the pliers. Just tighten it properly. Does it work for you? Okay. Okay. Yeah, that feels pretty tight.
So, but this is. Are we actually, you know, did we tighten it up enough? Because that's what I said before.
Yeah.
If this is too loose and the machine is rattling, it will loosen up the belt over time.
You are right. Yeah, this is not the best design.
This
to be
looks
honest.
like some. You have to make a video about 3D printer improvement on this one day.
Yeah, one day. Well, since the stepper motor is pointing in this direction, I think there is no way around mounting it this way at the moment. But I am thinking about maybe fixing that later.
Yeah, but John says you can put it either way. You just have to.
Yeah, well, we have to flip the motor.
Yeah, flip the motor and then the cables are pointing upwards. But
Yeah.
I'm not sure if this bracket here is symmetrical, you know, in both ways. Because
Well, it doesn't matter. It points more in this direction than it does on the other one, so that shouldn't be an issue. But since we would need to take everything right here apart in order to get these bolts right here out, I think we will
So
at
the
the
thing
moment just leave it.
we will
this
just
way.
assemble it according to the instructions, or that's
Yeah.
what we are actually doing today. So
Maybe in a follow-up video.
yeah, this will also be hard
to grab.
Yeah,
Okay.
once
well,
you have to adjust something. I need a screw. Is this the right screw?
Yeah, this is the right screw. Sorry, guys. Yeah, there we go.
Okay. So, well, John, I just saw one comment a couple of minutes ago. You were talking about the vlogs, and I know that a vlog is actually, or at least you have to be very good at vlogging to produce a video that is actually as, you know, pleasant to watch, like a well-taught video that you do with the script and all that stuff. But actually, I thought this could be interesting for some, because I wanted to talk about new ideas and all that stuff. And actually, it doesn't take too much time for me. I do not edit so much out of the vlogs. I do not, you know, write a script beforehand or think about what I want to say. Just, yeah, of course, in a minute or two, but not in a day or two. And this is something I just do as I go ahead. So it is not, you know, producing any additional workload on my schedule. So this is not, I'm not vlogging instead of making a video. I'm vlogging additionally to making a video. And it doesn't take too much time, so I thought that's a nice idea. And I still think it's a nice idea. So, okay,
No, Rocket,
switch back to the manual.
You haven't been rude, or at least I did not read that you have been rude. Doesn't speak very little. Just love it. Yeah, sorry, I didn't follow this conversation in the chat. Okay, so as you can see, this thing is working. And so we have our XY axis right now.
Looks good. Feels good, actually.
Feels good. So now it's time to take a look at the manual, and I think we will be installing the electronics now.
Yeah, let's take a look at them. I think it's the A4. No. These look different, actually.
I think these are special EleksMaker laser boards.
I think this is actually just a... I think, yeah.
Wait a sec. Yeah.
The camera, I think this camera would be better. No. Yeah.
Let's see. So this is the board.
Is this a Arduino Nano?
This right here is an Arduino Nano. I think it says, yeah, it says Atmel. It's the normal
328p.
328p.
Yeah, and some 89 or 4988, or how is it the correct term? Yeah,
normal
I think this is a pretty
drivers.
and a wrapper board. I think on this board is nothing else than the JST connectors. Do they have a power supply circuitry? Oh yeah, they do, and a switch. So they have a switch, and what is this? A linear regulator? No, that's a MOSFET on the right side, right? Is it a MOSFET? I think so.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. So on the old board, which I had, there was a switch below of the Arduino, but there is none. Which I can see, there's only an inductor below it. Wait a second. Yeah, and
I think that's
the other board that I had, it had a power button and then also a low power button for the laser. But yeah, we will see. So this is another version. So it's called EleksMaker Mana SE. Mana
SE. Okay.
Yeah, let's give that a try. Or maybe, well, let's put the lid on.
They should have included heat sinks.
Well, I don't know. I think there are actually potentiometers to set the currents, but yeah. Okay. What else do we have? In here there is nothing. Can you go into the manual and
yes.
see how we can what we need to do with these?
Yeah, we have to insert 4 M3 times 40 millimeters. Yes, this one.
Yeah.
Is this the cover plate? Yeah, it is. Look, they actually...
Well, yeah, it can't really etch metal, but if you have like anodized aluminum, black aluminum, you can really etch that material. So this is working.
Yeah, so Thomas, I don't think, or I didn't see any heat sinks so far. I think these are gonna get pretty hot, actually.
Times 14.
Because one of the stepper drivers is actually driving 2 stepper motors, as far as I can see, because they only included 2. And we have 3 motors, so that's gonna get really hot.
Yeah, but well, I think since, well, depending on the speeds you do and the accelerations, if the currents are not too big, they should actually be fine. So on my Mendel 90 back there, they also don't have any heat sinks on all of the stepper motor drivers. But yeah, as Robin said, if you drive 2 motors with 1 stepper driver, it could probably get hot. Okay, what's the next step in the manual?
Yes, the plastic washers.
So there are another set of spacers. So we have these spacers right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we put
Do we have a preferred direction or something? No, this is symmetrical, right?
Yeah,
This-
symmetrical. There is actually a pretty button right here. Wait a second. Doo-doo-doo. They include one really nice metal button. Focus. Yeah. So this is for the power. Alrighty. Next step.
Next step, put the board on and put the
Okay.
PCB spacers.
Pcb Spacers.
Yeah, so they actually, as I can see in the next step, so we are actually putting in these PCB spacers here. But in the next step, you can see the upper case of the acrylic board actually provides space for some heat sinks. So you can easily attach them later on
Or at least,
if necessary.
well, add, give some space for some airflow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. So no ESD protection right here, but well, at least I did never ruin a board due to ESD or something like that. So this is how it looks like. Then we take our button, which does not really fit.
It doesn't fit?
Okay, so
Seriously?
so the button is totally useless.
Maybe it's not the button.
I think.
Maybe it's
think it's
a
the
very, you know, crucial part of the whole assembly.
So this is the button they deliver. Come on, but well, it's round in the back. Do you see that? That looks kind of square, and getting this square stud into the round hole is kind of difficult. So I think we're not able to use the button. All right, let's continue. So we add the cover. Well, at least this is child-proof now.
Yeah.
But this,
But you have
this
to be a
is-
child in order to have a small finger to, you know,
Yeah.
push a button.
What size of screws do we need?
It's not provided. No, it is provided. M3 and 10 millimeters long.
1, 2, 3, 4. There we go.
Well, look, but he has the round button on there.
Yeah, I don't know how he
He-
was able to make
He
that.
did put the round button in there.
And I really do not want to force the button on there because I am fearing that I ruin the power button and that we cannot use this thing in the end. And since you guys want to see some lasers, hopefully in the next couple of minutes, I will...
No, that's not the right size.
That's too small.
Take this one. Nope. I have it.
You got it?
Yes.
No, I think I was not too stupid to get the button on that thing. Well, and I also have to say, I said that this was a beautiful metal button, but it's not. It's injection molded and metallized. Yeah, it's crap. I need to 3D print something for that. Okay, so what
So
kind of
we-
engineer?
Tightened up.
Well, I'm an engineer. I'm a mechanical engineer, and Robin is actually...
I'm a student actually. I'm studying electrical engineering. So I hopefully will be an electrical engineer officially at one day. Okay, so we did install the T-nuts.
on the right side. Yeah. And so now we are slowly running out of screws, but there's still plenty of them left. So they were quite generous.
I think they don't count the screws. They just fill up the
fill up the spaces.
The space in the box. Because the counting of the screw will cost more than pouring in 5 more screws.
Well,
I think.
I'm not 100% sure about that in China.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry.
Maybe they weigh him.
Maybe they weigh him. And these screws are too long. Dang it.
They are?
They actually are. But there are some
8 millimeters.
I don't know
according
if we
to
do have 8mm ones. I only have these ones right here left, but they are too long. But I will just add a set of washers below them. That this hopefully goes well. There we go.
They didn't have any washers here, but I think that's alright.
Yeah, they might. Well, either we used the wrong size of screws somewhere else.
Should I already, download the...
Well, we can do that together probably later, and I am not sure.
I think that's it's the next step, so... But
yeah. So this... Well,
did you actually see any cables for the stepper motors in the box?
They are all driven wirelessly, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, with these small antennas, which we have right here on the top. Alrighty, so we have the electronics box right here fixed. Laser is not mounted yet, and all the wires have not been added yet. But I think, even though it does not say that in the manual, we will be installing the cables right now, and also the laser. So now the question just is...
Yeah, how long?
Well,
you know what? Actually, I think it would be better if we had the stepper on this side or the board on that side, but yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be alright.
We will... I think we'll just clean up a little bit, because otherwise it just gets really messy right here.
I do not see any instructions on which axes or which...
I think we have to figure that out on our own. Okay, so what do we have? So there is one cable with just 3 wires. That's probably for the laser. There is one which has 4, so that's for the stepper motor. And then there are 2 other ones, and since they are the same length, I think they go on the y-axis,
probably, yes.
And this one right here goes on the x-axis.
So, are we able to read that?
Yeah.
I have an x-axis,
y-axis, y-axis. So I think the 2 right ones right here, these ones right here are for the y-axis, and this one is for the x-axis. So this is our x-axis. This right here is our y-axis.
So let's...
This goes in here. This one... Oh. Well, you can already...
where do you have the...
Sorry, this one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I think cable management is something we are not... Oh, sorry.
Just wait a second. This is actually...
This is the wrong way.
It is?
Yeah. And, well, you need to use the other end.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. So these are just, flying loose here?
Yeah, same as this one right here. There is one of these springy, I don't know how you actually call that, which we can use to put the x-axis stepper wire and the laser wire together.
Wire wrap or something.
Wire wrap.
Shall we do that?
Yeah, but just give me. Well, later, yeah.
You are missing your black cable managers.
You mean?
I mean, just
You mean the ones which go in the extrusions? Those ones? These ones? Yeah.
just for you to know, we are actually doing this according to the manual, and basically the mechanical stuff it's done right now. It doesn't say anything about the. It doesn't fit. Seriously? No, wrong.
No. Okay, guys. So there is some screw up actually. Let's change the camera. Yeah, can you change the camera? Okay. Let's put it right here. Okay, so this is the mount where the laser goes, and this right here is our laser, and I am quite sure that this backplate is way too big for this mount, but there is another bracket included which we did not use, so I think we need to disassemble.
Oh no, you know what? This is actually just meant to be screwed on top of this here, actually, and this slides into the slot.
Yeah.
So that's
all right. We are probably not screwed.
We are back to schedule.
All right, so let's put the camera back to the overview.
I'll just unpack this.
So this is the laser, and you should really handle this delicately because there are optics down here which should not get dirty, because otherwise you will not get a nice laser beam. And what I also have seen right now, they actually used a copper core around the laser diode, which hopefully will well, increase the amount of energy, the amount of heat which can flow into the heatsink.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we do have now is our laser. We do have this mount right here which goes on the back, but I will at first test if this is working. Yeah, there we go.
Shall we switch back to the camera?
Yeah.
What is the battery state?
I don't know. Well, it's fine. It is fine. Okay.
Yeah, so this again is one step that is not in the manual, but it's pretty easy to figure out, because you cannot actually do anything wrong. These were the screws in here, yeah.
Okay.
Do we need a nut for them?
No, there are threaded holes in the back, but I think they are too long.
Looks like a very small laser. Actually, I think it doesn't. It is. Yeah, but we'll see how it performs.
So these do look a little bit too long. I fear that they might interfere with the bracket. So I will just put in 2 of these, and then we will see how it goes.
Well, thanks, John. John says we have a pretty decent streaming setup here.
Thank you very much. And I was actually right. So let's move the camera a little bit.
Oh yeah. So shall I take the camera?
That's fine. So you see that the bolts interfere with these nuts. That sucks. So I need to see, I think, but the other ones are also too long. Dang it.
Do you have any screws?
I actually don't have any screws. Okay, so guys, the problem that we have at the moment is that these screws right here are too long, and they're, well, getting out of the other side, and they interfere with the nuts, with the bolts right here that are used to clamp everything. So we need to figure out a way.
Yeah, we could actually get rid of 2 of these screws. I don't think you really need 4.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be sturdy enough to when we only got 2 screws. Also, I think you have to adjust this on every, the thickness of the material you want to burn in. And when you have 4 screws, yeah, I don't think that's very, nice to handle, because.
Yeah, so we're gonna give it a try, but yeah, again, this is something which is just not thought through.
You can add some washes. Do we have washes? Spare washes
I
actually?
don't have any M3 washers right here. I'm very sorry, and I think they would be too big that they fit right here to the end. I think we'll just try it that way. So, well, what I'm going to be doing is I will remove the two upper screws right here, and then I think we're able to slide it in. We really need to pay attention that this just does not drop down and then land on the lens. Okay. Well, yeah, this kind of sucks, but the whole bracket is shit. Oh, come on.
Is it actually work?
Well, I don't know if I am doing something wrong, but even these nuts which go right here in the back are actually too big and they interfere with the plate, and this is shit.
How about just taking screws instead
Yeah.
of the big nuts? Because I think you will have a better time adjusting them with an Allen key than with these thumb screws.
Yeah. Yeah, let's get them out and then probably.
Shall I?
Yeah, can you add?
Is it the right diameter actually?
I think they're M3.
Shall I pull one in?
Yeah, you can. Well, let's change the view. Yeah, I
Okay,
have
you
I
have
have the
it?
laser.
Okay.
Yeah, we could print some washers, but that would take too much time now.
Yeah,
and
I think this is gonna be okay.
So we're gonna just do it this way. So there are actually two methods in the end how you can adjust the laser or the focus point of the laser, and this is once by just moving the whole carriage right here, and the other method is adjusting the focus by by the lens which is down in the laser. Can you open this one right here a little bit? Okay, so we are removing all of these screws which are actually supposed to be used for mounting everything, but they just interfere with the big laser. If you guys know if we did something wrong, come on, please let us know, but I don't think.
Shall I hold something?
My fingers are just too big. Can you tighten the bolts?
Yes.
Okay, this is fine. I'll add two more on the other side. We should make sure that everything is perpendicular. Wait a second. Yeah, 3000 millimeters a second. So with the other one, I was also using like 2000 millimeters. 2000 millimeters a minute when I was engraving stuff. And now, since the power is actually more or less double, or is more than double, I think you can go quite fast with this thing. Okay, so laser is in place.
Yeah, so just connect it and we're pretty much ready, actually.
We're pretty much ready.
No.
Well, these are for cable management, but I think I'm not going to do this now because that would take quite some time, and I think we want to laser something pretty soon. So what I will be doing is I will not plug in the laser right now because we want to make sure that all the mechanics are working before we turn on the laser the first time, because when we use the laser we need to wear our goggles, and this is just I would like to avoid that as long as possible. So This goes in here. Okay. Perfect. Danger when turning on the laser for the max powers off. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I don't know. Yeah, I know. That's for this reason I did not plug that in yet. Okay. So as I have already been saying, I think we will skip cable management at the moment because this stream was already taking quite a while.
Over 2.5 hours already.
Over 2.5 hours.
But I think the mechanical assembly looks good so far.
Let's see if we... Nah, well, we'll just leave this as it is now. All right.
Shall we switch over to the instruction manual?
Yes.
Because here it says...
Maybe some last words. So this right here is... Can you put it on 2? So this is the box and the material which is still left. So there have been plenty of spares inside. I don't know if we were missing something. I think all of the big parts are gone right now. So I think we'll just continue now testing the electronics, testing if all the stepper motors work, and just go in the right direction. And then hopefully laser.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they just, you know, manufacturer built these boxes for many different products.
Yeah.
And so they only have to, you know, store one kind of box and not 5 kinds. Okay, so shall I switch over to the instruction manual?
Yeah, let's go to the instruction manual.
So, operating instructions. So we are now at the point where the software part kicks in actually, and it says connect the USB cable and power supply firstly. So, yeah, and then open EleksCam software. I will start the download while you are actually plugging the USB cable in. So,
this is the power brick. It's just a standard laptop brick, 12 volts, 5 amps. I think that's totally fine for such a machine. Next we have...
So, did you already plug it in? No. Do we have a spare USB port actually?
I have a USB hub right here,
yeah, okay.
which should actually have a spare USB port. So they do include, or I ordered the EU version, so we get an EU plug. You always have the possibility to order US plugs and something like that. And otherwise, if you ordered the wrong one, this right here is a standard connector, so you should be able to find these plugs everywhere. Okay.
So
the cables do actually have a really nice surface finish, so they are not the shiny ones you usually know. They are nice and matte, just as a side note.
maybe they absorb laser beams better than the other ones.
I don't know. Okay, so I will plug the power in and then route this to the back. It's pretty tidy in here, or pretty tight. Not tidy anymore.
Not tidy.
I think we will just...
So I think that's fine. Do you have enough? Oh yeah, I have a blue light indicating something.
Okay, guys, so again, if you are doing this the first time, make sure that the laser is not plugged in, because when the Arduino is starting the first time, it can happen that the laser fires, and you don't want that to happen when you don't have any goggles on your face. Okay, next thing we will plug in...
Yeah, connect the USB cable and power supply first. I'll just switch over to the instruction manual. Then open EleksCam software. So I think the download has already finished. So I'm about to. Where did it actually? Oh, it's here. It's here.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You can use the mouse.
Oh yeah, we have a mouse. So where do you want to put that? I mean,
Well, just
Open
double
it?
click. Yeah, just open it. I think it's an installer.
it is. I'm so unfamiliar with Windows actually, so I'm having a hard time. Okay, that's
Yeah,
fine.
That's fine. Install.
Oops.
Yeah.
Launch a program, of course.
Okay, so it's starting.
Is it? Yeah, it is.
Yes, it
Oh,
is.
nice animation.
Okay.
Okay, start the software and then click on the button on the right top of EleksCam and then click install driver. You only need that once. I think that's for the CH something serial module.
Yeah. But I think that should be a
Right top.
Well, just plug it in and see if it finds it.
Yeah.
There is one right here in the back. So we still have the
Okay.
laser not connected.
Finding machine serial ports.
Okay, you can.
Where's the refresh button? Oh,
Yeah,
here. Yeah,
there's
yeah.
refresh
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, we found something at
COM7.
COM7.
Find serial port successful COM7. Is it?
Can you just click on the move button? See if something works.
Oh, yeah,
Ooh,
it does
it's
something.
working.
Shall we home it? How does it actually home it?
It doesn't really home.
I set home. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, you set home.
You have to set home.
Okay, so can you just maybe put a value of 10 in here and move it around a little bit and see if the axes are working?
Oh, let me switch the camera. This one?
No, I think this was fine.
It was fine?
Well, we can use the nice camera. So let's move it. So this is working, x-axis is working. Can you try the y-axis? The y-axis is reversed, but
It is?
well,
Just turn around the machine.
well, yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Okay, we don't have a z-axis, obviously.
We don't have a c-axis.
I mean, looks good.
Perfect. Well, so I think what is really next to do,
Turn the laser on.
turn on the laser. So what I will be doing is I just move it manually a little bit. Well, before we start with the laser, I will add a piece of plywood under it because I don't want to
Engrave
ruin
your
my
desk.
table. I have prepared something. Can you lift the...
Oh yeah.
Or I think it actually might be able to slide right here in between. Does it?
No, not quite.
Yeah.
That's a bit too big, actually. You know? Just a hair. But I think, well, no, that's not good.
No, that's not good.
That's not good.
Do you have... So the piece of... Well, wait a second. I have another one. There is another one which is smaller. Okay. Can you just pull this out? Okay, so this is actually a pretty thick piece of wood, but well, we should be able to adjust the focus that it is at the, well, that the focus point is at the proper location. Wait.
It's all right.
Okay.
Okay.
What does the manual actually say? What
Yeah,
we
that's-
should do,
I will-
what we should do?
So we have the serial part. We do have choose the right. We did that. Will show connect success. We have that, and then click select machine and choose Eleks laser. Okay, where's select machine? config, no, settings, select machine. So we have the laser module, but I think that was because we have laser on. I think was pre-selected. So then click select machine. Oh, we did that. Message box will say switch to Alex laser mode successful. Yes, we have that. Turn on the controller board power button.
Well,
which we did before. Then turn on the weak light button. Oh, we have to plug in the laser first.
But there are two switches right here, and I don't know. That's here. There is a weak button actually in the software. Well,
we have to plug the laser module in, or
yeah,
wear our safety goggles.
Wear our sexy safety goggles first.
Thank you.
So there's one for you. Pay attention that you do not use a reflective sheet. This is crazy.
This is really crazy.
It just feels like disco.
I feel like Leonard Hofstadter and Sheldon Cooper and all the other guys.
Okay, guys, so what we are going to do now, I will just shut this off for nah. Okay, I will just now plug the laser in. Oh, and it's lasering. Can you say laser off?
I can say laser off, yes.
Did you say laser
it
off?
Is. Why did? Okay.
Well,
laser is actually off according to the software.
It is very nice that the software says that the laser is off, but
yeah, but we didn't finish the, you know, it said press the weak button.
Well, we don't have a weak button.
We don't. What is it labeled?
There's one, there are two switches, but as soon as I plug it in, the laser. This is the weak button. Yeah. There we go.
Press the weak light button.
Yeah, that's what I did.
What is the second cable actually for? Because we do have another, you know, socket in here.
Yeah, but this is for something else. So the question now is, now we have the weak laser on and we need to adjust the focus point. So can you see this? So now the laser is right here and just looks really teeny tiny. And I think this is fine. Can you say laser off in the software?
Should we actually...
I would like to turn
laser,
it off.
it actually... I mean, it was on before, and then I still work in running, okay? Well, should I press the button again? I can press preview. What is preview? Still work in running. Whatever that means.
This is still... You see that this is lasering? That is not good. I will turn that off now.
I'm not sure. If I press something, it says still work in running.
Okay, what does the manual say? So this is...
Yeah, so the manual said...
Yeah, no weak stuff, go full power. Yeah, we need to find out how this stuff works before...
So it said press the weak light button. That was the next step. Then place the material and rotate the nuts until get the minimum point. So that's obviously the focus.
The focus.
Yeah, but it said so. It is supposed to turn on because you have to adjust the focus.
Yeah.
So I think that's that's how it's meant to be. So turn on the weak light button and then place the material. Rotate the nuts. Yeah. Is it still connected, the software to the machine? That's a good question. I think so. Because can I move actually? Is it still turned on?
Yeah. Well, wait a second.
I cannot move it.
Because it says work still running.
Work still running.
Okay, maybe
it's one of the buttons up there.
No, it's totally turned off at the moment.
Okay.
Maybe we will just unplug it and plug it
restart
back in.
it. Should I restart the software? Or
yeah, maybe restart the software. And
so
yeah, this is actually kind of scary if this thing just fires without you even knowing.
Where's actually our fire extinguisher?
The fire extinguisher is down in the basement.
Okay, so again,
connected.
Select the port and hit refresh.
Yeah. Give that a try.
Okay. Find serial port successful. But does it mean that
I
we are
will turn it
connected?
on now. Wait
Yes.
a second.
Yeah, oh yeah, please turn it on.
Well, but the laser is starting directly again. This is not good. Okay, can you move it now?
Yes, I
Yeah.
can. Okay, we don't get that. So, when I now say laser off, it said complete running time 0 seconds. Oh yeah, that's not off. I actually have no clue how this is,
Can you go
supposed to
into
be.
That is stupid. MO5. I think MO5 should be the command for
Not really.
nip. Why is this thing not powering off?
Let's say maybe someone has an idea. When in doubt, reboot. We did that. Moving seems to start the progress.
Config. You said ROM.
Weak is on, yes, but we actually did not see anything happening when we pressed the buttons up there. Start. No image.
Laser off.
I think these. Oh, that's pretty bright actually.
Yeah. Now there's the weak mode enabled again.
What is the? Okay, that's the weak mode. So you already
the
did
weak
the
mode
focus.
is for focusing.
You already focused. So then let's stick to the menu. Manually click arrow to move machine into your ideal position and click set home. Okay, so let's do that. Let's just home it there. I think set home.
Okay, and
Okay,
now
so next step, turn off the weak light button.
then the
Click
laser
gallery to choose, yeah, but then the laser turns on. Then click gallery to choose the picture, double click the target picture. Woo. It is firing already? Yes, it is. So, but this is what, should I double click on one of the...
change PWM to TTL. Yeah, but we don't have any TTL signal. Ah, yeah, it's set to TTL. Yeah, you guys are right. Yeah. Thanks. Who said that? Steve, thank you very much. That was exactly the problem. So now it's set to TTL mode, so to PWM mode, and this works. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. So that means now we set home. We did that. Now we choose a picture, double click on the target picture, and then modify the speed and accuracy. What's that? Actually,
acceleration, accuracy.
Well, could be, and mode, and then click generate. So we set home. Let's choose one of the gallery pictures. Let's take the Eiffel Tower. Double click, and then set the speed,
like
mode,
3,000.
whatever.
Do you have 3,000?
3,000.
Yeah.
So we have a size here. Is that in,
That's millimeters. So this thing is pretty small. This is just like 40 by 80 millimeters. So let's maybe say like 30.
Yeah, is it scaling accordingly or
60?
60?
Yeah,
it is. Okay. 39. I mean, it's not too. Okay. Mode, real point, outline, scan point. I have no idea actually.
I don't know what the different modes are doing. Line by line, fold line. Let's say outline. I don't know. Well, we might.
Oh yeah, that's because that's just the filling of the black, right?
Yeah, okay.
Scanning or
Yeah.
let's just do outline.
3,000.
What do you
Let's say
think?
generate.
Generate. It'll actually no data generate.
That did not work.
Did we miss something? Because it just said, and then click generate. If there's an error, please ignore. Okay. Click start to carving. So shall we hit start?
Yeah, but I think, yeah.
No image to carving. Okay, that didn't.
Let's maybe try another mode.
Let's do
Pikachu or the anonymous face. Yeah.
39 by 39 should be alright.
Okay.
So,
real point.
shall we choose a different setting? Each millimeter 6 lines. Or just scanning? I think scanning is the common. You want to change that? 6 lines per millimeter. I think that's gonna go fast then.
Not available without being in administrator mode. Some of these options are available if you run the software. Okay. So well, let's just see what settings they were using in the manual.
There, yeah. So they had 800 millimeters per minute, and that's per minute. Scanning, no, point. You just clicked on point and then generate. So let's take point. What do you say?
Yeah, let's take point.
So let's stick the point. And he had 800. Shall we put in 3000?
Yeah, we have way more energy. I think that's fine.
So generate. Alright. Unhandled exception has occurred in your application. Okay. So what are we doing now?
We just restart the software and try some. Oh no! It actually. That was probably the error which they mentioned.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay, guys. So, wait a second. I will turn the camera to our macro thing, and we gonna start this thing. We might still, even though we wear safety goggles, we should probably not directly look into the laser beam. So
probably not. Shall I put this mode in?
Yeah.
And then start.
Wait a second. Let's get this. Okay, guys. So I think everything should be working. We will start the laser now. And it's doing nothing.
It is not moving at all, actually.
Yeah.
Is it?
No, it's just moving? Engraving at one point.
Well, this is actually, even though you have the goggles, shall I stop it?
Yeah.
It's not moving.
It's not moving, and
why is it not moving?
Totally burned through the material.
Oh yeah.
So there is.
It is. Why is it not moving? Do you think, you know what, I thought we had to home the device again because we closed the software.
Yeah,
maybe that's an issue. Oh my eyes, yeah, oh my eyes. So this is your eye if you know, shall I set home again? And shall we just try it again? So I'll just home it.
Home. And maybe T-spot, maybe set the speed a little bit lower. I don't know, maybe the machine is not, but it did not sound as the stepper motors were running.
Shall I just set the speed here, or shall we generate a new image? Just change it here.
Yeah, change it here. 800.
800. That's what he had. Okay. Set homing coordinate center. Oh, we didn't actually.
Okay. So center.
Yeah, just center the part
here. Okay.
Okay. So start again. Oh, we are not in focus.
Oh.
We are not in focus.
Okay, guys, we gonna try that again. And it's not moving. Okay, so stop. Yeah, you have smell TV. It's
shall I try, you know, it is moving when I press the buttons, it is moving. It's not moving when I hit start. So what's preview? Is it moving without the laser? Shall we try that?
Let's give it a try.
It's not moving.
Maybe try another mode.
Another mode?
The gallery.
So do we have to clear this? No.
No, I think we just generate it.
Oh, that's the console, I think.
Console.
So let's, whatever. Go with the Iron Man 46 by 39. Okay. It's a bit big, or is it okay?
Let's say real point. No. Let's just say scan.
Yeah. Let's do the 800. Yeah. That's what they had. Scan, generate. Okay. So we do not have an error. That's good, I think. So start again.
Get the camera in focus?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's try this again. Listen to Steve. Steve. Okay.
What did Steve say?
Yeah, it's
change the window regional settings. If the window settings or anything.
Read the chat above. So I think we actually really have to look at the chat. So we only have to change our regional settings. You think that's the reason why it's not working? Or did we miss something else?
But you mean in Windows, or do you mean in the software itself? Can you go into the software and see if what we can...
Settings, system version.
Config.
In Windows. Shall we actually really put that to... I think let's change positions or our seats, because I have no idea from Windows. I don't know how to change the regional settings.
Okay. So now it's me on the bouncy ball. Let's just turn that off first. Oh, sorry. Well, maybe we can just unplug the laser at the moment, and when we play around, oh
yeah, that's better with, wow,
that is so cool.
Very unnatural color when you put the goggles off.
Everything is purple at the moment. Okay, so the problem we're having is that when we click on start, that the laser is working, but the print head or the laser head is not moving. Yeah, I will start the program as an administrator. Maybe that is the way to go, even though starting a Chinese software as an administrator, I don't really like that.
Yeah, now you are part of the Stuxnet.
Yeah.
The botnet.
Now I'm crypto mining. Right here in the background. That's why my laptop is so loud.
Let me just take a second and scroll through the chat. So maybe we missed something else. Are the motors still running manually? Yes, they are.
Oh.
Restart the program. We did that.
Okay, guys, if you take a look at the picture, you can see that the axes are working if I move them manually. We have unplugged the laser at the moment. For this reason, we're not wearing goggles. What I will try now is just in the administrator mode, if this is working. So I don't know, outline like 40 by 40. Generate. This is working now. This looks kind of nice. And
you want to switch to the software screen?
Sorry guys, I did not notice that. Okay, so I have now opened the software as an administrator and created this toolpath now. The laser is not plugged in. For this reason, we're not wearing goggles, but I will push start and see if it is working.
In the camera?
But, well, you see that it's sending something, but it's just not moving.
Are we just not seeing it and it just takes a while?
Nah. It should move at some locations. I don't know. Well, maybe... I don't know if the...
Now you would hear that.
So this is fine. What's chat saying?
Look at your code.
Yeah, the motors are still running. Yeah, I do have Windows 10. Read Steve's comment, please. What is Steve saying? Chinese... outlines options are not available. Steve, oh, here we go. Oh, I forgot changing. Sorry, my bad.
Type, yeah, here's something that makes sense actually. Type region into start menu and then go to weitere Einstellungen, Dezimaltrennzeichen, and set a colon.
Ah, yeah.
Because I think it's not reading the BMP.
Yeah, you are totally right. Wait a second. So
yeah, well, it sends commas. Do you see commas in the console?
I haven't watched that at the moment, but well, maybe before we do the change, I will check that out. because then we really know if this was the reason why it did not work. So the software has started.
But
moving.
It doesn't explain why it moves manually.
But because we don't have any commas if we just move it by 1 millimeter.
Yes, that is true.
I will just try something out. Outline point, whatever. Continue. Let's take a look at the console when I hit start.
It's moving.
But yeah, it's moving to the 0 position. But there are commas in here.
Oh yeah.
So
yes, makes sense. Okay.
Steve was totally right. Thank you for that tip.
Yeah, that
would have cost us quite a lot of time. So I need to see if I can do that without restarting my computer. Zahlenformate ändern.
Weitere Einstellung. Ganz unten. Ja. Dezimal drin sein.
Okay, maybe, well, let's put the decimal separator to point. Übernehmen.
Yeah, so that makes a lot of sense. We could have read the code in the error message. Maybe there would be something.
Yeah, okay.
That makes sense. But this sounds promising.
Okay, let's.
Yeah, thanks, Steve, man. You really helped us out.
Okay, so software has started. It is moving manually. I just select any picture just to give
the Iron Man. Oh, it still has an error, but it said we should ignore it. So start. Yeah, it does something.
It does.
Great. So let's put on the goggles.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you so much. All right. Okay, guys. So the solution for the problem was that in Germany, and I don't know which other countries, probably in Europe, the decimal separator is a comma, and that did not work well with that software.
Yeah.
So I will wear my laser goggles now. Oh, so you can see us. Let's turn on that camera again.
It is. Oh no, it's not on. Sorry. I was mistaken.
Let's maybe choose another picture. I don't know, like anonymous. We want to make the real, sorry, not real point, but outline. Say generate.
Yeah, let's burn something.
Let's burn something.
I'm very excited now because I think it works.
It should be working.
So do we set home?
We need to set home now at first, and then plug in the laser before we start.
I'm not sure. Should we actually plug it in while the board is on? Yeah. It has its own power supply as far as I can see. Yeah, it is. Okay.
So I will just check where the center is.
So when you are pressing the right button, you are just starting the weak laser point so you can align your part. So
I can align my part. So I think how this is working, so we have... can you change the camera a little bit to that view?
Oh yeah.
So I think how the laser is working is the following. So it always gets power right here, and then we have a pulse with modulation signal on that wire where which tells the laser to turn off and to turn on. And you can run the laser in this way, and you are also able to run it with a TTL signal if you plug a cable in here and switch the mode on that side. So at first, why things were not working was because the mode was set to TTL and not PWM. And yeah, now we fixed the decimal separator thing. All right, so I think
we are
we're
excited
all
now.
set.
We have to burn some material.
Yeah.
What do you think?
So focus. Don't look directly at the laser. Okay, so you guys are all set, and we will hit start now.
This looks good. Oh wow, we do have a lot of smoke here.
Yeah. I do have a smoke alarm right here in my office.
Well, this will go off because we have burning wood here. So, holy crap.
Oh,
It's just not gonna take long until this alarm is going off.
Okay guys, so we are sitting right here in the smoke. This is not optimal.
This is going to...
Well, let's see how long it takes until the smoke alarm goes off.
But it's pretty cool actually, because you cannot look at it, but we can look at the YouTube window. So yeah, we do have
our first engraving.
Yeah, let's switch.
Can you focus? So the lines look pretty good. It did not cut the part, but it engraved it like, well, 0.5 millimeter deep. So this is actually kind of cool.
Engraver Bratwurst. It looks really good. I mean, the points in here are just because we had problems with the laser at the beginning. Yeah. Ignore that part. But the lines, really, they show good. Look good.
Okay, Engraver Bratwurst. Get some bacon. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have any bacon downstairs. We had a steak for lunch today, so that's also gone. Fire department is on the way. So yeah, I do have a smoke alarm in my room, but this is not connected to any safety line. It will just warn me if one of my printers burns at night.
This machine can cut. Well, I think so, because it did cut, or it did laser through the entire piece on this corner here at the beginning, as we were setting up the machine.
So we lowered the speed, then it should cut. Yeah, I think we will probably start with taking one of these cardboard pieces, because I think they're easier to cut, and see just how it looks in the end. So these are really pretty thin. So what I will be doing is I move the laser manually, turn on the weak laser to center everything, and actually to set the focus position right. So guys, what shall we cut out? I don't know. Maybe I have an idea. Wait a second. What kind of images are we able to import in here? And those are just bitmaps. Okay guys, just give me 1 second.
I know you all want to see the fire alarm go off.
Yeah. So. Well, it's kind of stinky in here. I think we should at least open a window. Even though this is just wood burning, I think it's not the most healthy thing which you can do.
The open source hardware logo.
Well, even though this is not open source, save as an image.
Yeah, well, so in terms of loudness, what would you say this machine is loud? I would say it is, you know, equally to a decent 3D printer. What do you say? I mean, the fan is the loudest
fan
part.
Is kind of loud, and it blows quite a bit. Well, we won't get the smoke alarm out. If it starts, we just, well, we will kill it, but well, we'll see. I do now need to figure out how I can import an image in here. Sorry?
Is it drag and drop? Oh, you should switch to the software screen.
Wait a second. So the question is how I can import another image into here. And you are totally right, I actually should engrave my logo, but before we do that, let's give this...
No,
Nah, so it's not drag and drop. Does anybody know how I can import additional images?
Can you right click? No.
No. Ah, there we go. Double click.
No, click pick carve. Steve says click pick carve.
Pick carve. Ah, there we go. Downloads. Okay, it's just working with JPEGs, bitmaps, and SVGs. Wait a second, I will... where do we have it? So many windows open right here at the moment. Let's just open this in Paint and save it as a JPEG image.
But drag and drop actually would be a nice. Could you drag and drop it onto the, you know, preview area, not into the.
Well, maybe drag and drop. Nah, that's
into the preview area on the right side. You know, where the image
right
is.
Here?
Yeah, maybe here.
I think that's just the G-code preview.
Yeah. Okay.
On that side.
Probably yes.
Okay, let's use PicCarve downloads 40 by 40 and reduce this maybe to like 500 millimeters a sec. Sorry, 500 millimeters a second.
So I'll just put this guy in the corner, or is it centering on
in the center?
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Sorry. Okay.
Let's turn this off.
Oh, this is toggling.
Okay, and let's generate the G-code.
So you didn't select the option of filling it, right? So it's
no,
just
I just want to see if we can cut this out.
Oh yeah, okay.
Let's switch the camera.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's cut it.
Let's try to cut this. So now I have set the speed of the laser to 500 millimeters a second. And this should probably cut that piece of cardboard. Hopefully. Okay, so let's hit start.
Let's do it.
Control, set home, center, start.
Yeah, it's doing something.
It's doing something. Oh yeah.
I see flames.
And it looks as if it cut the cardboard pretty easily. Yeah.
Oh yes, it did. It looks great.
Looks actually really cool.
I mean, this is actually a pretty cool machine. Where did you set the strength of the do you just, you know, cut by via the speed? How do you you know?
Well, you can't really set the strength of the laser by varying the speed at which the laser moves. You adjust the amount of energy which is put into your part.
So this is the only way of...
I think so. You can use the PWM signal, but I would, for cutting, I would just would let it sit on would let it be on the maximum energy. Ooh, nice. So what I also do have in here, how bad would it burn if you would put your hand under there? I think it would hurt pretty much, and it would leave a scar. So you might use it for your next branding. I have something which we can also try. This cuts.
Well, as you can see, it starts and it, you know, it doesn't take much time to let the wood or the cardboard burn. So I think if you put your finger on there, it's not gonna take long until you are feeling something, because I think it's shooting, you know, it's 5 watts or 5.5. What is it?
It's 5.5 watts.
5.5. That's not bad actually.
So what I have right here is a thin piece of wood. It's called Furnier in German. I don't know if this is also the English expression for that. It's a sheet of wood which is 0.6 millimeters thick, and this should also cut very well. But we will give that a try. So I will put this at the same location. Veneer, yeah, you're right. Yeah, veneer. I was looking for that word. Okay, let's change the cameras. It is stuck. Sorry guys, we are back in a second. We are back here. You?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, the battery's low, but...
Yeah, well, I have a second battery, so... I have now put the veneer under the laser, and we will just use the same program and carve this out again. So let's start. It's really smoking a lot.
It is, yeah. So how about the fumes? Is it safe? I mean, it's just wood, right?
Okay, so let's see. I don't want to move this, but this has not yet cut totally through the material. So I will just rerun the software.
It has actually the repeat option. You could, I think this is what it's for.
Yeah. So there is the option down here. Oh, sorry. There is the option down here to repeat that path several times in order to have the material cut in the end. I will just now do it manually, so I will start the cycle again, and it should actually engrave exactly the same path as before. And this might already be enough to cut everything out.
I really like how the laser beam looks.
Yeah, looks gorgeous
on the video. Oh, you didn't swap the cameras. Oh, you did? Oh no, that's the old screen.
Okay, guys, it gets. Okay, so.
La-da! It did cut. Looks good, actually.
Looks good. A little bit burned on the sides, but that's nothing you couldn't fix, actually. How about cutting cardboard? We already cut some cardboard right here. It's also possible to cut thicker cardboard. But before we do that, I think we're almost done with everything, but I just need to change the battery for a second, that we don't miss our detail camera.
Yeah, so we are cutting another cardboard piece. Oh, I have one here. You mean something like this? This is actually...
That's pretty thick, but we can give that a try.
I mean, it's not that thick. It's just, 3 layers of thinner cardboard, because it actually burns through on the sheet of wood as we did this one here.
So the thing is, you really need to set the focus at the right position. And if you are cutting a thick piece of material, the focus will be right at one location, but then the beam will just spread and not have that much energy anymore. But we will just give it a try and see how it comes out. Maybe it starts burning.
Can you cut 3mm aluminum?
No, well, we cannot cut 3mm aluminum with that.
If you have time for 1500 passes, maybe you can do it, but I don't know.
So one problem with aluminum, also if you're using a CO2 laser, is that the aluminum is really reflective, so the energy is not absorbed by the material, so it's really hard to cut. So even in commercial laser cutting, aluminum is not the best thing to do.
Yeah, that makes sense. So,
well, let's just...
You want to cut this one?
Yeah, let's just try to cut.
But you have to readjust the focus, right? Because it's actually...
The focus should be... Well, yeah, we will do that. So, maybe you can... Wait a second. Can you guys see that? Yeah. So what I'm doing, can you...
Yeah. Oh, you want to go on this one? Yeah. Oh,
okay. So that we see both. So now you see that our laser spot is quite big, and I am now adjusting this thing down here that it gets to a really small spot size, just like this. And what about cutting circuit boards? I think circuit boards cutting is also not really possible, but what you can do is use the laser to etch like a layer of paint which is on your copper, and then etch material away that you have then your well, PCB ready.
Well, I think PCB, if you want to etch the circuits, the lines itself, I think it's going to be hard because the copper should be a lot harder than the carrying material. So
Yeah.
if you need 2 or 3 passes for the copper, I think you can accidentally cut through the carrier material. But we could actually try that someday.
So what we're gonna do now is we will try to cut out the symbol with this thick piece of cardboard and see how it works. So let's give it a try. It does work, but it shoots out flames as crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, and it burns, and it burns. And it burns. So it's not the best idea, but it might actually have been cutting through all of this. Let's see. Well, yeah, not all the way through yet. But yeah, you see that this stuff started smelling. Yeah, it's not probably the best thing to do.
It's not ideal.
What I would now really like to try out is to well, laser engrave a dot image where we can see if we can see some gradients which are produced by the laser.
Yeah.
But actually,
So you have to re-import the image again in order to change the settings.
yeah, we will see. But what I want to do, I want to try out at first. We still want to cut a thicker piece of wood, and I think we're gonna do this right now. And we will just use several passes, like let's say 3. Let's see.
The funny thing is, we cannot actually see the laser beam here in our studio looking at the machine, but we can see it on camera. That's pretty funny, actually.
Due to the laser goggles that we are wearing.
Yeah.
So okay, now we have the first path, and okay. Now it's doing the second path. Well, I wouldn't cut polystyrene board with the laser, because that would be really smelly. Yeah, grayscale image, that's what we will be doing next. Let's see if 3 passes are enough. I think they are actually enough. We are already pretty deep in the material. Okay guys, let's see. So it doesn't pop out, yeah.
It's not enough, right?
Not enough, but... Can you focus? It is almost through.
You can see through, actually.
Well, yeah. Probably a 4th path would have been necessary. But let's see if we can engrave a grayscale image.
I mean, these are just the things you just have to figure out. You get a feeling for that. It's like printing ABS the first time without, warping, or if you need glue stick or not. That's just something you have to do like 5 times, and then you get a feeling for how thick the material is and how many passes you need.
Okay, I have another piece of wood under the engraver, and let's see if we can engrave a grayscale image. Are there any grayscale images in here? No, not really. What would be a nice thing to engrave? Let me see. Any ideas?
Grayscale image. Well, I mean, you could actually just draw a linear gradient in one of your Windows Paint or something, from 0 to black.
Let's see. What pops up on Google?
Oh yeah, that.
Let's use this. So I found a more or less random picture which we will try out for engraving. That's also a PNG again. It's not working. Okay guys, give us a second. Downloads. Okay, so what's chat saying? Can you cut acrylic? So the thing with acrylic is that acrylic is transparent for this kind of laser. So the laser is not absorbed by the material. But acrylic is not transparent for infrared light. So you can cut it with an infrared laser. So to put it this way, transparent acrylic cannot be cut with such a laser. If you have black acrylic, it can be cut. But I think it's not the nicest thing to do actually. Okay, so what we will be trying now is we will try to engrave a grayscale image. And I have loaded this one. And I don't know what the proper setting is for engraving it as a grayscale.
Well, probably scanning. I don't know. I mean, I don't actually know what real point and outline. I mean, outline doesn't make any sense for filling it, but maybe scanning.
Scan.
Acrylic with 6 lines per millimeter.
Well, we will just give that a try and see how it turns out. I think we can increase the speed because we don't want to cut the part. Let's put this to 3000. Generate. Okay, these are now really only a set of dots. Okay, let's give this a try. Start.
Change the camera.
Okay, I think this will take ages. Well, let's maybe just do some lines and see how it turns out. So what it does at the moment is it's
scanning the lines from top to bottom or bottom to top.
Yeah.
But why did it actually turn the laser on when moving from the homing position to the first line?
I don't know. That shouldn't be happening. I don't know the exact wavelength of that laser, but I think it's more 445 nanometers, but I'm not 100% sure. I think 405 is already in the ultraviolet region. Okay, I think that's kind of working. So, do you guys still have some questions? Because I think, well, we built up the thing. It's working now. The software is not the best, but these are all things which can be fixed in the future.
Yeah, well, I think there are many ways. You can use different software, right? I mean, did you use the same software for your other?
No, I actually used Gerbil, not Gerbil, but just normal G-code sender and created my files in Fusion or in Cuts 2D. That's the software I guess.
But on the hardware side, I'd say this is actually a pretty decent setup. It's rugged actually. We could easily assemble it. It didn't take too long. I mean, it took a couple of hours in our case, but we were, you know, filming and answering questions and talking stuff and all that stuff. But I think you can actually assemble this machine in, let's say, 1 or 2 hours. The manual had a couple of flaws, but it was actually not a big deal. The main parts were, you know, described pretty accurately, and you just figure out the rest.
Thomas, yeah, you are right. The image is skewed. I don't know where this is coming from. Maybe the current of the stepper motors is not big enough, and we lose some steps. I will see if I can figure that out later. Yeah, different software. So I thanks, Steve, for all of your input. I think you helped us quite a lot. I will stop this now because otherwise I think we will suffocate in here. All right.
Let's make it closer.
Let's just take a closer picture. So as Thomas was saying, yeah, the image is a little bit skewed. I don't know where this is coming from. Maybe the current is not right, but yeah, this also seems to be working. Let's just silence.
Oh, that is better.
And this is crazy now. Everything looks purple now.
Yes.
All right, guys. So this has already been taking way longer than we expected. So 3.5 hours. I am almost starving. I thank you so much, every one of you, for being here and joining us for the stream. I think it worked pretty well for us. Your support was really good. Yeah.
So we had a good time actually building this machine. We had a lot of fun, you know, on the live stream actually.
Definitely.
And thanks for your input. You had a couple of really nice questions and tips that you just, you know, that we just oversaw. Yeah, it was nice.
Thank you very much. I think we will do this again in the future. I think this worked out pretty good. Let's see what things we can come up with. So thanks for your time, everybody. Thanks for watching, and as you know, auf Wiedersehen, and I will see you guys next time.
See you then. Bye bye.